1-2, 1-2. Test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. And a good sunshiny afternoon to you from Open Space Park in Sioux Center, Iowa, as we get set for football. Great Plains Athletic Conference style. The Dort Defenders hosting the Doane Tigers in Great Plains Athletic Conference action. A 1 o'clock kickoff between the Dort Defenders, who are 3-0, and the Doane Tigers, who stand 1-4 overall, 1-3 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Good afternoon. My name's Mike Biker. I'll be describing the action to you from high atop the playing surface here at Open Space Park. We'll be seated just about at midfield, and Kyle Achterhoff, our colored commentator, will make his way over for kickoff and to give us his insight as the game goes along. This is the Wireless World pregame show, and we will be visiting with Coach Joel Penner of the Dort Defenders, and we'll also be checking in with Coach Joe Johnson for the Doane Tigers. And along with that, we'll have a look at the Great Plains Athletic Conference schedule for today. All that comes up on the Wireless World pregame show. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back visiting with Coach Johnson from the Doane Tigers. Right after this, you're listening to Dort Football on KIHK and watching the Dort Media Network.
Welcome to the American State Bank Sports Complex. Let me show you around. So right now we're in the spacious head house of the complex. On my left here we have the concession stand, and then on my right here we have a seating area, whether that's for students, spectators, or fans to come and enjoy before and in between games. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Dome. In the Dome, we have the space available for 2 full-size softball fields. However, this space is also utilized by the football, baseball, and soccer teams, as well as for other various athletic events. So the Dome has impacted the softball team in a variety of ways. First, we used to practice during the winter months over in the rec center, but the limited space availability never really allowed us to hit our full potential, whereas in here, we can fit 2 full-size softball fields. We're also able to start games much earlier in the season. We have a range of equipment available here at the Dome, whether it's the batting cages, the soccer goals, or even a field goal available for the football team. It's a huge opportunity to have the space available to practice in the off-season, especially for our outdoor athletic teams. Another great thing about the American State Bank Sports Complex is that it's not just for Dort athletes, it's for the entire community. Whether that's high school soccer leagues, open turf time, or even a space for intramurals. The American State Bank Sports Complex will change not only how we practice as Dort athletes, but also how we interact with the community as a whole. Thanks for letting me take you on a little tour. Hope you stop by soon.
Our students are thinking about God's good design for creation, and I think we're really intentional about having students think about what does this mean for you as you serve them. Although we offer them a very rigorous set of courses and expectations in the academic sense of social work, we also teach as intentionally and as rigorously as other academic programs, but have this fundamental and core foundation of who we are and why we're here.
Well, as we take a look at our pregame coverage and we move forward with that, we're going to visit with Jonathan Johnson, and he is the head football coach of Doane University. And Coach Johnson is in his first year head coach for the Tigers. And Coach Johnson, first of all, congratulations on the position. What attracted you to Doane University and the football program and to be a part of things there?
Yeah, Mike. Well, thanks for having me on for you guys pregame. I'm looking forward to competing with you guys this Saturday. Doane was a place that when I saw the job publicized that I applied and had an opportunity to come out to campus. And I'll tell you what really attracted me to campus is a beautiful place and the people here. You know, there are a lot of people here, went to school at Doane, love Doane. They're a part of the community here, and there's a feel and atmosphere that they love this place, athletics here. And they want to see the kids in the university be successful. And so it really attracted me in that hometown feel, and really happy to be here and looking forward to many years with Doane and building something here special.
Taking a look at your schedule up to this point, kind of a mixed bag of results. Close loss to Briarcliff, 15-10. A win over Waldorf for your first career head coaching win, if I have my facts correct. And then last week with Northwestern, went right toe-to-toe with the number 2 team in the country, up 7-3 late in the first half before they got up on you at halftime, and then Second half, they kind of controlled things. But what have you seen that you've liked out of your team up to this point, and specifically first half of play against Northwestern? What did you see that you liked?
Well, our football team's resilient. We have faced a lot of tough opponents early on in the season, with finishing up with you guys. Now we've played the top 3 teams in our conference, top 3 playoff teams and ranked teams. And our team has continued to fight throughout the season. Won that Waldorf game, played really well. Should have won the Briarcliff game, came down to the last half-yard line there, and just some mistakes there early on. But, was not excited about our performance at Morningside. We didn't travel very well. We're looking forward to fixing that this week. But the Northwestern game, we really challenged our guys to come out disciplined, to start fast and be physical. And they did such, and we were toe-to-toe with them for a half. Right there in the lead all the way up to the last drive of the first half, gave up a score with about 45 seconds left, took it into halftime. We did not come out well in the third quarter, turned the football over and got ourselves in some bad situations there towards the end of the game. But fought throughout. Our defense played extremely tough, and we got to continue to build. With us being in the first year here at this program, we're aspiring to be a lot like you guys in Morningside, Northwestern, and build something where a staff can have some continuity like Coach Penner has done there with an outstanding job being there for 8 years and building a staff that's been with him and players that he's retaining. And that's what we aspire to do, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to go that route going forward.
It appears that your defense may be in front of your offense right now from the outside looking in. Am I reading that correctly, or do you feel differently?
No, I think you're spot on, and you look at our results, and that's what's going on. Our defense has played extremely well, minus the Morningside game. We've played well on defense. Offensively right now, we've got to get better. We've got to continue to improve on the perimeter and up front. We're playing a freshman at quarterback for us that's been a very tough and gritty kid, and he's learning along the way every week and getting better. And we're going to keep improving in those areas. But, yeah, our defense has played well. A lot of guys over there that have played a lot of football games and have some continuity, and they're kind of catching their stride as we're midseason here.
I'm taking a look, and I'm seeing some familiar names. I believe I remember Jaheim Fuller, Aaron Reyes. Those are some players who have been through it. How much do you rely on your players as you make this coaching transition? I mean, I say at the college level, player and coach is more of a partnership than a hierarchy, or at least that's a factor. Do you find that now as the head coach that it is a partnership with your players as you make this transition?
Yeah, absolutely. We always want our guys to know we're going to love them and coach them the same way, and that we're going to listen to them and work together. We are going to do things a certain way, but we certainly will work with our guys. Jared Boggs is a returner for us at linebacker that was a second-team all-conference guy last year for the GPAC. Has been a rock for us there. Reese Zudavern, Tanner Simdorn, all those guys, junior linebackers returning. And, with Cade Wiseman and Ja Fuller both being junior seniors returning as well in the secondary. We do have some continuity in that they played together. They're still learning our system and how to fit within that. But those guys play extremely hard. And then it's a mixture that we brought in some young kids, too. We've got a sophomore starting at defensive end in it for us, Keegan Schuler, that's got 5.5 sacks already this year and played extremely well. And then even some young guys like a freshman, Caleb Daniel, that got his first sack last week that are coming on. And Andrew Brown starting at free safety for us as a freshman. So it's a mixture. We've got some young talent that we're developing, and then we've got some older guys that we're also working with to continue to build this thing going forward.
How do you compete on Saturday with Dort? What do you need to do well?
Well, number one, you got to be disciplined with what you guys do offensively, what Dort does offensively, running the option. It is very easy for the ball to find a mistake. If you do not do your job, you're not in your gaps, you're not where you're supposed to be, the ball can find the mistake. And so we've got to be extremely disciplined. We need to come out with a better effort on the road with starting fast and being physical, and give ourselves an opportunity to compete.
It's Coach Johnson on our pregame show. Back with more after this. Well, as we take a look at our pregame coverage,
Today's Dort Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dort University. Thanks for watching.
Pregame coverage continues on the Wireless World Pregame Show, and we will visit with Joel Penner. He is the head football coach of the Dort Defenders. Dort coming off a win last week over the Concordia Bulldogs, 33-22. And Coach Penner, I said to some people on the way home, I don't know if it was, but that seemed like a really, really physical game. And then you start to factor in a lot of veterans on both sides, grown men playing against each other. I thought it was physical. What did you see? What did you see on the sideline, and your general thoughts on that ball game?
Physical would also be the word I would use to describe it. I think two teams with a lot of seniors, two teams with a defensive line that really plays aggressive run-stopping defense. Two teams with really good O-lines. Two teams that know how to control the ball. And two teams that really, really want to win and compete hard. So that's all the makings for a physical game. And it was a game where we did not escape the injury bug, unfortunately, and fortunate to come out with a win. But physical would be a good word.
You come away with the win, and just talking about that game and just a few things. Halftime comes, you counteract a score by Concordia with a field goal of your own heading into the halftime locker room. Feel pretty good about where you were at halftime in that game?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was offensively, we had a turnover in the red zone, and hadn't played as crisp or sharp a game as we would have liked. But yeah, going in with a multi-score lead over a good team, the interception late that led to a field goal, that really helped distance the gap. And then we received after halftime, so we knew we were going to get another possession. So I think we felt like we were in the driver's seat, but still had some things to clean up. And then, the second half came, and it was competitive, and we continued to move the ball, but we had a lot of field goals in the second half.
In the second half, and I was texting back and forth with you on the way home, and bottom line, if you give a game ball for one play, it might go to Blade Coons, and it wasn't for a punt.
Yeah, I was joking in the team that it's pretty gutsy of me to call a fake punt on my own, inside our own 10 or 15, whatever it was. Definitely was not a called thing. There was a low snap, and Blade picked it up and evaded somebody trying to tackle him, was getting ready to punt, and noticed maybe I could run for this thing, and did, and changed the game because, a couple plays later we're in the end zone after an explosive run. And that's when I think the game really tipped, and it was like, okay, this is going to go how we want.
Playing Doane today, what do the Tigers bring? I look at their schedule. Close loss to Briarcliff, a game they could have just as well won at home. They got a win. I believe that was over Waldorf. And then they played Northwestern really close last week for a half and had a lead late in the first half before Northwestern went on a little bit of a scoring run and ended up winning that one, I think, 31-7. What do you see from the Doane Tigers?
Do you remember 9 years ago when there was a coaching change at Dort, and everyone was playing really hard and very excited? I feel like, I don't know if it's a great comparison, but I feel like Doane is playing passionately. Doane is playing scrappy. Doane has a newfound kind of a vigor in the way that they're playing, and I can see that on film. I could see that in the first half in their game last week. I could see that in their opening drive. Maybe not quite able to sustain that high level of play, but certainly beginning games with a lot of belief and excitement. So we're prepared and expecting a motivated, spirited team that would love nothing more than to come up here and steal a game. And if not that, then just play really hard and have a great Saturday.
Jonathan Johnson, their head coach, I asked him, I said, who's ahead, offense or defense at this point? And he said, defense, no doubt. What do you see from the Doane defense?
Yeah, I see them schematically moving their people around a lot. Pre-snap, I think they're probably looking at some matchup deficiencies in some places, and so typically what coaches want to do is work the deceptive angle then and try to play a style of defense where you maybe not as easy to scheme. They do a good job calling, call it organized chaos on defense, whatever you want. They're doing a lot to keep you guessing. They play a lot of man, which can really, really help you and then really, really hurt you. And I think on film, we've seen both of those taking place. So I would agree. I think their defense is much better than their offense. They're having a hard time scoring points, but they're really solid against the run. And if they can avoid the explosive play, I think they feel like they're going to be okay.
Looks like a great day to play on Saturday. Game number 4 of the year as we tick them off one at a time. Best wishes to you and your team, and see what happens on Saturday.
Thanks, Mike. Should be a great day.
That is Coach Joel Penner. As we get into the Wireless World pregame show, and we continue with the Wireless World pregame show, and taking a look at our clock, we're going to take a 2-minute break, and when we are back, we'll do our final touches for the Dort versus Doane pregame show, kicking off at 1 o'clock. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Dort Football on KIHK and watching the Dort Media Network. Back with more in 2 minutes.
The Hope Fund helps cover a myriad of situations that students find themselves in, most of them not self-inflicted. It could be the medical condition of a family member. It could be natural disasters. 100% of what's donated to that fund goes to students for real-world need. It gives Defender Nation an opportunity to come together and help students and their families who are in need. We get to participate in something that is so much bigger than ourselves.
To Piper up the middle. Piper still on his feet. Touchdown defender. He'd roll to the goal line. Touchdown defenders.
Hey Defender Nation, my name is Darren Kaiser and I'm excited to serve as the new athletic director at Dort University. Thank you for tuning in to the Dort Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dort Media Network. Go Defenders!
Welcome back to Open Space Park in Sioux Center, Iowa, as we get set for Great Plains Athletic Conference football between the Dort Defenders and the Doane Tigers. Doane Tigers come into today's contest 1-4 overall, 1-3 in the conference. Dort 3-0 overall and 3-0 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Most recent play for the Doane Tigers, they got beat by Northwestern 31-7, a game in which they led late in the first half 7-3, while the Dort Defenders are coming off a 33-22 win over the Concordia Bulldogs last week in Seward, Nebraska. I'm joined once again by Kyle Achter, kickoff, and he'll be providing insight throughout the day. And Kyle, coming off a physical win over the Concordia Bulldogs on Saturday, the defenders will have a little bit of a different looking lineup at some positions, but good to be back at home and good to be back playing another conference game after what seems like it's been a start and stop kind of season. Trying to get into a rhythm now, and today taking on a Doane Tiger team that proved they were equal to the challenge against Northwestern last Saturday.
Yeah, Mike, talking to the coaching staff, they really expect a tough, hard-fought game here. This Doane football team, yeah, win-losses, you kind of got to throw that out the window. They're a physical team. They're scrappy. They're going to play hard, and you got to come ready to play each and every Saturday.
Taking a look at this Doane team under a new head coach, and we'll talk about the transition as what it means to be a head coach. You slide over from the assistant role to a head coaching job at a school that you're becoming familiar with as well. We'll talk about that throughout the course of the broadcast as well, but maybe a Doane team that might be looking for its identity and might take all year to figure out what their identity is.
Yeah, we experienced that here at Dort, right? Even with the transition from Coach Youngblood to Coach Penner. It doesn't happen necessarily overnight. It's going to take some time to, develop an identity. I would say that the one thing that they're doing really well is they play hard. They play physical. They give a lot of good effort. So you're not going to see a team that ever gives up today, and that's their number one goal. But it's going to take some time for them to develop an identity as a football team.
On the defensive side of things, we're going to see something that we haven't seen since 2019, and that is a different safety. Abe Stace not in the lineup. He took over that spot back in the COVID season, and we plugged in number 12 ever since then. He's going to be out for hopefully a little while. Someone else is going to have to take the opportunity, but that is a factor in a game like this where you now have somebody who you've just had there all of the time. Abe Stace is going to be on the sideline today.
Yeah, Coach McCormick relied a lot on Abe just from a leadership standpoint and helping get the defensive unit set and ready to go and making on-field calls. And so to have somebody new out there, next man up, so we're going to adjust well, but hopefully we don't have Abe on the sideline too long. I think he got somewhat encouraging news in terms of, hey, let's just get healed up as quickly as we can. Definitely not a season ender, but he's going to be on the sideline for a few. And
hopefully there's meaningful football at the end of the year as well for this Dort football team. The wind's going to be a factor as well today, gusting out of the south at anywhere from 10 to 25 miles per hour. Dort's got the wind to start here this afternoon, but they'll be kicking off and giving Doane the football as we start the contest. Dort did win the opening coin toss, and they elect to defer their decision to the second half, hoping to steal that possession at the end of the first half. They did it last week against Concordia, and we will see if they're able to do it once again here today. And Stephen Leinen kicks it into the end zone, into the wind, and that wind actually might be beginning to shift around as well as the afternoon progresses, but the defenders will start on defense, and I think that's probably the way the coaches would script it. They'd like to send the defense out onto the field first.
Yeah, what's exciting about the current Defender football team is you don't say, hey, we're relying just on the defense or relying on an offense to score a ton. We know our offense does, but our defense has been solid, so hopefully we get off to a good start.
The the Doane Tigers will run with the quarterback on their first play from scrimmage, and Ian McDonald drags Sam Hartman down from behind, and it'll be second down and long for the Doane Tigers.
Doane does run their quarterback a significant amount of the time, but it looked like on that play it was a little bit of a broken play, didn't have somebody to pitch to, so a little bit of an offensive bust there.
And Doane doing what Northwestern did last week. Game time change. Zach Fredenberg is in at quarterback. Sam Hartman went through warm-ups, but he took a pretty big shot last week against Northwestern. So Fredenberg is the quarterback. Pass close to a first down. Ian McDonald wraps him up, and it'll depend on the spot of the football, and it looks like that is a first down for the Doane Tigers. So Fredenberg delivers the completed pass to Andrew Wido, and Doane has it first down and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, and for the season, this Doane offense is about 50-50 in terms of run pass. In terms of their play calling, obviously they're gaining more yards through the air than running, but in terms of the play call, about 50-50.
Fredenberg sends Fox in motion, hands it off to the running back, and nothing there, and meeting him in the hole on the handoff. That was Dort's Colson Queering playing in place of Abe Stace, and also there Tyler Wieringa. That'll set up second down and 10. And based on the numbers, it'll be a tough go of it for Doane to get the running game going today. It all depends how long they will stay with that game plan if they don't experience some success. They're averaging right at 86 yards per game rushing. The defenders allowing 77 yards per game rushing. And the Doane Tigers taking their time. They huddle up. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. They break their huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Fredenberg. 3 receivers off to the left. Motion a man to the right. Pass over the middle is complete. And that's a first down for the Bulldogs and John DeRiso. John DeRiso with the first down catch out to the 48-yard line. And the Doane Tigers, the short pass game, having some success here early on. First down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 48-yard line. Fredenberg back to pass. He's going to look for the deep ball and overshoots his intended receiver. Closest man there, Darnell Riley on the coverage. Chip Casey for the defenders over at about the 20-yard line. It'll be second down and 10. Doane taking a shot downfield on the first down play.
Well, and you know, looking at scouting report from the Dort defensive unit, Doane likes that underneath pass game, and they have a couple completions underneath. Don't take a lot of shots deep, or haven't with Hartman at quarterback. Maybe with the quarterback change, they feel a little bit more comfortable stretching the field. We
will try to scare up some numbers on Fredenberg. I've got those somewhere in my stack of stuff, but the Doane Tigers now, they're going to call a timeout. We've got a timeout on the field. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. We'll be back with more from Open Space Park in 1 minute.
Hi, this is Jennifer Jansen at Epic Realty. At Epic Realty, we take pride in providing professional real estate services with integrity and expertise. Give us a call or stop by our Sioux Center office and visit our website at epichomerealty.com.
Premier Bank is proud to support Dort University. Visit epremierbank.com for locations and more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. To Piper. Piper up the middle. Piper still on his feet. Touchdown defender. As we return to play, Fredenberg flushed from the pocket, ends up gaining 3 on the play before Cooper Hidalgo chases him down from behind. Fredenberg able to dodge the pressure and picks up positive yardage, setting up third down and 7 at the Dort 49-yard line. Fredenberg up to the line of scrimmage, 13 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They motion right, Rion Green out of the backfield, and the pass is complete, and it looks to me like it's short of the first down. It's going to be close. It is going to be close, and judging by the head linesman, it's going to be short. Well, they're going to give him a first down.
Yeah, I think just that late second, third effort by DeRiso may have stretched out to pick up the first down.
First down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Dort 42-yard line. Dort has gotten some, and we've got movement on the right side of the line of scrimmage. The entire offensive line moved on that one. Flags come out, and that's the one where everybody knew the snap count, it appears, except for the one guy who's really important in that equation, and that is the center.
Yeah.
Philip Guthrie did not snap the football, and that's something now. You're behind the sticks. 1st and 15. The Tigers will need to.
Oh, that's not. That's a. Do we go far enough? Oh, yeah.
Yep. 1st down and 15. So 1st down and 15. Fredenberg. 3 receivers to the right for the Tigers. Motion a man out. Looking for that screen to the right. He's going to take a shot down the field instead, and the pass is through the hands of John DeRiso. Incomplete. And that'll set up 2nd down and 15. And the Bulldogs facing 2nd and 15. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. 11:17 left to go in the first quarter. And the Doane Tigers have the football in Dort territory. Had 1st down and 10 at the Dort 42. That was negated by a 5-yard penalty, setting up 1st down and 15. Now it's 2nd down and 15. The Tigers in their white jerseys for you radio listeners. Orange numbers trimmed in black, and they've got the black pants, black helmets as well with the D on the helmet. Fake the handoff. Pass is deflected, incomplete. It was batted initially by Dan Jungling. Jungling, it appears to me the defenders know really what could be coming. It's just a matter of executing and making plays because Dan Jungling not fooled at all on that play. He knew where that pass was coming.
Yeah, really good scouting report in terms of Doane loving the underneath pass routes, and that time Jungling jumped that. Really fortunate for Doane that didn't go the other direction for a big defensive score, but have taken a couple shots downfield, which is a little bit off the scouting report. 3rd
down and 15. Pass is incomplete. Stepping up in the pocket was Fredenberg. It'll set up 4th down and 15, and now the Bulldogs, the Tigers will set things up and try to punt and pin, and the defenders will send Keenan Valverde. Valverde back to about his own 10-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the Dort 47-yard line. Keenan Valverde will be receiving the punt from Kellen Meyer. Meyer, 44.8 yards per punt average, and he gets that average here. They would take that. And a line drive kick and angled towards the sideline and goes out of bounds. Nice job by Meyer that time of kicking it out of bounds at the 8-yard line. And for Meyer, of his 9 punts this season, he's got, he's punted more than 9 times. He's got 10 now inside the 20. He's doing his job. And Dort will set up inside their own 10, 1st down and 10 at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, probably an overall strength for this Doane unit is their special teams, their punting game, kick game, both really solid. Yeah, you mentioned the 44-yard average, but also putting it inside the 20 and this time inside the 10. Definitely a strength for this Doane unit.
Colson Cruz is your quarterback. Nick Wellen is the running back. The defenders will shift. They'll go heavy to the near side, really load things up on the left side of the line. Hand it off to Wellen. Wellen, the ball carrier. Wellen picks up a couple of yards on the play. 2nd down and 8. 2nd and 8 for the defenders after that 2-yard pickup by Nick Wellen. And the defenders, they're a little bit thinner at running back than they were last week when the game began. They are without Brendan Piper today, and they are also without Tommy Fritz. Both out for varying lengths of time this season. Both of them, hopefully, we will see back in uniform sooner rather than later. Colson Cruz back to pass, and Cruz's pass is complete to Harkin. Harkin over on the far sideline, lunges for the 1st down marker, and he's going to be very close to it. It's going to set up 3rd down and 1 for the defenders at their own 17-yard line.
Yeah, you're going to see a Doane defensive unit. They play with 3 down linemen and odd man front, but basically with three linebackers and what they call their outside backers or their hybrid players. They call them the dogs. They do get 8 guys in the box, which could challenge the run game a little bit, and they walk some linebackers up now.
3rd down and 1 for the defenders. Again, those 3 down linemen, they bring 3 players up to the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Daniel Dickerson, and Dickerson is close to a 1st down. And it looks like they will give him the 1st down. So this is where the depth has come into play for the defenders. And when you can plug in a player like Daniel Dickerson, who has one of the, I believe, the top 20 single-game rushing performances for the defenders in his career. You can plug him in and filling some of the gap that would have been held by Brendan Piper, and he lunges forward for a first down. Just got to spread some of those carries around on a warm and windy day like today. Colson Cruz, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Man comes on a blitz. Pass over the middle is complete to Harkin. Harkin can't quite get away from the tackler, Reese Zudevern. Zudevern with the tackle saves a big gain on the play. It's going to set up second down and 4. So they brought Lucas Christensen on a blitz from the near side. Getting rid of the football was Colson Cruz. Picks up 6 on the play. It'll be second down and 4. Under 9 minutes left to go now in the first quarter. Cruz, lone setback with him is Nick Wellen. 2 receivers to the right. Tight end is Riley. Pass over the top, and he's got a man open. Incomplete, intended for Elliott Beal. Beal got in behind the defense. It'll be third down and 4 in that second down and medium. The playbook wide open for the defenders, and they elect to take a shot over the top. Right play call, just Colson Cruz. A little bit too much mustard on that one.
Yeah, and he may be thinking, hey, I'm throwing it into the wind here, because it does seem like the wind is changing a little bit. That's going to affect the passing game a little bit. You saw an overthrown ball from the Doane quarterback as well.
They motion Snyder out of the backfield. Back to passes Cruz. Cruz delivers. Pass is complete. And that's a first down for Caden Harkin. Harkin out to the 36-yard line. And the Dort defenders have a first down out to their own 36. So they've moved the football from their 8 all the way out to the 36. And they've got a couple of first downs on this drive. Keenan Valverde comes off of the field. Other GPAC games, we'll take a look at those scores. One of them not being played till this evening. That's Mount Marty and Briar Cliff, and I'm watching with interest that one just simply because I think it might be one of the better competitive games in the league this week, but they don't get started, I believe, till 6:30 or 7 o'clock tonight. Cruz is going to take a shot over the top again for Harkin. Harkin makes the grab at near the 35-yard line, and he's able to get down to the 30-yard line, and that is another first down for the defenders as Harkin. Ball a little underthrown, goes up, makes the play. He saw where the ball was coming. The defensive back had his back turned, and unable to make the play was Cade Wiseman.
Yeah, I'd say we have a little bit of a size advantage on that side of the field with that particular corner that Doane has in the game. So I think you're going to see that a few times today where we're going to take some shots trying to take advantage of the size difference.
Cade Rohr lines up in the slot to the near side. Colson Cruz looking left. Cruz in trouble. Dodges and a shovel pass underneath to Nick Wellen. And Wellen down to the 20-yard line. Picks up another 8 on the play. And that is not textbook by any means, but it's presence of mind and get rid of the football and move the football down the field.
Yeah, and Colson Cruz has done a great job of buying a little bit of extra time throughout the season. That was a great job of just getting away from the pressure a little bit. Had probably an opportunity to run, but did the smart thing, shoveled it off to somebody who should be carrying the ball. I know Coach Penner would want to eliminate as many hits on his quarterback as possible.
Colson Cruz hands it off. Wellen the ball carrier, and Wellen close to a first down. Looks like he's going to be just shy by less than a yard. He's got it to the 19-yard line. It'll be third down and short for the defenders. But what that play does is it allows you. You've got 2 downs to pick up a couple of yards. Hopefully this offensive line, and quite honestly, maybe 3 plays to pick up a couple of yards. Hopefully this offensive line can do this. Now the defenders running a little bit heavier package today. I've seen Liam Sorensen come in from the sideline a couple of different times. Maybe after the next play you can tell me more about that and why the defenders might be doing some of that, where they bring in an extra offensive lineman. Back to passes Cruz. Cruz throws towards the end, but zone. Elliott Beal unable to hang on to it. It's going to set up fourth down and short.
Yeah, I think right there Coach Penner said, hey, I have a lot of confidence in my offensive line of picking up a yard if we need to. So let's take a scoring shot here and try to get over the top. Probably just slightly underthrown. I think Beal had his defensive back beat deep. But yeah, again, that wind factor maybe affected that pass a little bit. But yeah, we'll get that adjusted throughout the game. But will continue to take some shots downfield.
4th down and 1 for the defenders. Daniel Dickerson is in the backfield. Colson Cruz hands it off. No, that's Wellen. Wellen picks up more than enough for a first down. Stumbles inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. Now, we didn't run the heavy package that time, but Liam Sorensen and we've seen Zach Riley coming in on packages of plays. Why the extra lineman for the defenders today?
Yeah, I think with Doane being in a 3-man front, Dort really likes being able to bring in an extra offensive lineman, a big tight end, and just power the ball at this team. Get your linemen off to linebackers and create some seams to run through.
Colson Cruz hands it off. Nick Wellen. Wellen weaving his way forward. Never brought down. Dragged at the goal line. Did he get in? Short of the end zone. First down and goal for the defenders. That is a 12-yard pickup on the play for Nick Wellen. So Nick Wellen having success on the ground here this afternoon. He's got 4 carries for over 20 yards already, and now the defenders first down and goal to go at the 1. Let's see if they're able to punch this one in with 4:58 left to go in the first quarter, and they're knocking on the door. Wellen is behind Colson Cruz. Let's see if they give it to Wellen, let him do the honors. Instead, back to pass, rolling out is Cruz. Cruz pass into the end zone. Cade Rohr, touchdown. Cade Rohr, the wide receiver, makes the touchdown grab, and for Cade, his first touchdown catch of the season, the senior from Aurelia, Iowa, and the defenders culminate the 92-yard drive with a short pass play into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, and I think we had a late hit roughing the passer, so we'll get probably some extra yardage on the kickoff.
So Stephen Linen will line up to kick the extra point. Stephen Linen, the Great Plains Athletic Conference Special Teams Player of the Week last week for his 4-for-4 field goal performance against Concordia. 3-for-3 on point-after tries. This season, he has attempted 16 point-afters. He'll be kicking out of the hold of Blade Coons. And the snap is down, the kick is up, and the line drive straight through the middle. And the Dort defenders have a 7-0 lead with 4:42 left to go in the first quarter. Back with more from Open Space Park right after this 1-minute timeout.
Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Nutrition. Transform your health and wellness with 712 Nutrition. Stop in today for healthy, delicious protein shakes bundled with a supportive community. Start feeling your best today.
Hey Defender Nation, my name is Darren Kaiser and I'm excited to serve as the new athletic director at Dort University. Thank you for tuning in to the Dort Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dort Media Network. Go Defenders!
The Dort defenders, a 7-0 lead after the point after by Stephen Linen. And for the defenders, that was a 13-play, 95-yard drive officially. And Stephen Linen, I wondered if they would do this. Pooch kick, takes a bounce at the 10. And the Tigers will try to return it and up the sideline and forced out of bounds at the 18-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the defenders, for the Tigers at their own 18-yard line. And what a luxury. I have Stephen Line and what he does as a place kicker and kicking off. The more you study it and watch it, the more that impacts. The things he does don't just happen. Those things impact games.
Right. Yeah, if we didn't have that penalty kicking off from midfield, he's probably kicking off and putting it into the end zone, giving Doane the ball at 25. But creating a little bit longer field for Doane here with that good pooch kick.
Fredenberg hands it off, and not much there for Green. Green maybe picks up a yard on the play. It'll be second down and 9. Tackled by the defenders, Jordan Gall, I believe. Gall holding his ground there, the defensive end. And Jordan Gall Second down and 9 now for the Tigers, and the Tigers a little more quick up to the line of scrimmage. Now they'll look to the sideline. Fredenberg directing traffic. Nate Fox will come over to the near side. He's the tight end for the Tigers. Lone setback is Green. Man in motion is Riley. Now they bunch it up. Two receivers up right on the line of scrimmage. Handoff to Green. Green, not much there. And Tyler Wearing is there along with a whole host of Dort defenders. Cooper Hidalgo, Lucas Huttinga in on the stop. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Tigers. And they're facing 3rd down and 7, and they've gone away from that short pass game that had some success early. They've gone away from that. Let's see if they makes a return here on 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, and on that first series, you saw them throwing the ball on 1st or 2nd down. Now they're putting themselves in a different pass situation. So hopefully the Dort defensive unit defends this well.
Fredenberg motions a man out of the backfield. That's Harris. Back to pass is Fredenberg. Fredenberg passes almost intercepted. Chip Casey in and out of the breadbasket of Chip Casey at the Doane 40-yard line. Falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 7. 3:17 left to go in the first quarter, and the Tigers will be punting. And it looks to me like it is so hard to tell what direction the wind is blowing from right now, almost looking like out of the west. I know it's going to swing and come out of the north before the day is over. Meyer on to punt. Valverde back at about his own 35-yard line, the line of scrimmage for the Tigers to the 22. And Meyer gets away a booming kick. Valverde takes a bounce at the 30, and he's going to get out of the way. And the defenders will have it 1st down and 10 at their own 23-yard line. Not a bad punt, about 55, 56 yards if my math is right.
Yeah, he's the best punter I've seen other than our own. Which we have a lot fewer opportunities to punt, but he's a good punter. He really flipped the field there, making it a little bit tougher for the Dort offensive unit.
And it's very clear that the Dort special teams has it scouted out because Keenan much further back than he normally would be returning a punt. 1st down and 10 for the defenders at their own 23, leading 7-0. 3:10 remaining, first quarter. Colson Cruz has a running back on his shoulder. That's Valverde. He has a man behind him. That's Wellen. He takes a shot over the top. Pass complete to Harkin. Harkin at the 40 to the 35. Still struggling forward and brought down at the 30-yard line. Finally tackled by Devin Jackson. And you talk about flipping the field. The defenders with one play flipping the field on the pass to Caden Harkin.
Well, this Doane defensive unit plays a lot of man coverage. And we have some very talented wide receivers. So we're going to be doing our share of taking shots downfield. And, yeah, you have to do that. You see the 3-man front, and you think, let's run the ball, but they're walking up backers. They're getting more in a bear front, 5-man front, 4-man front. That can make running the ball challenging sometimes. But definitely we just had a drop pass, but putting us in 2nd and 10. But also a great opportunity to throw the ball.
Pass incomplete, intended for Caden Harkin. Harkin already with 5 catches this afternoon for over 100 yards. That's a season for some people. And Caden Harkin, he's got a catch of over 30 yards already today, and another one, that one moments ago, 47-yard pass catch. It's 2nd down and 10 for the defenders at the 30-yard line. Up to the line of scrimmage for the defenders. Joel Akers, the center. He'll snap it back to Colson Cruz. Cruz has a running back right and left, fakes the option. He's going to keep it himself. It's a foot racing out of the edge and tries to pick up some positive yardage. Picks up maybe 2 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Doane defends the option pretty cleanly. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the defenders at the Tigers' 28-yard line.
Yeah, what made that a good defensive play is they slow played it in a way where Cruz had to maybe hold on to the ball instead of pitching it when he wanted to, and that little bit of pause instead of hitting that seam earlier resulted in a short run game.
1:50 left to play in the quarter. Pass is underthrown, intended for Connor Knopf. Knopf at about the 25-yard line. It's going to set up 4th down and long, and the defenders, it appears, will send their their field goal unit onto the field. This will be a 46-yard field goal attempt for Stephen Leinen with the wind at his back. The defenders will try to get points out of this drive, leading 7-0 with 1:39 left to play in the quarter. Stephen Leinen awaiting the snap. Snap is down, kick is up, and a line drive, and that one didn't have a chance. Looked like he mishit it. And Stephen Leinen, the field goal attempt from 45 yards, drops in the end zone. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers as the defenders, a big play, gets them down into Doane territory, but then their drive stalls out. Had one pass underthrown, had another pass that was probably catchable that got dropped, and that translates into a long field goal attempt that missed. First down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 28-yard line.
Yeah, you don't see it often, but from Leinen, just a miss hit. Looked like he got a little bit too high on the ball and kind of line drive. Had a little topspin on that thing, but
first down and 10 for the Tigers. They hand it off and nothing doing, and the ball comes out. It's scooped up and off to the races is Ian McDonald, and we're going to have the play called dead. And a 2-yard loss on the play, so take the touchdown away from Ian McDonald. He was going after his second career touchdown. He had an interception return last year. So instead, it's going to be second down and 12, and yeah, can't review that one. That one's
when they call him down by contact.
That's the end of the play.
Yep.
So second down and 12 for the Tigers. Man in motion. That's Riley. Fredenberg is rolled down and a sack for the defenders, and Zach Queering. So Zach Queering, the sophomore from Bradshaw, Nebraska, with the sack. And a big loss on the play. It's going to be third down and 20.
They actually handed to a receiver in motion there, a little fly sweep that got caught behind the line of scrimmage. Really putting Doane in a tough situation here, third and, about 20?
Yeah, and once in a while I get caught looking at my spotter chart, and you have to bail me out. That's right. Third down, and we're going to call it third down and 18. Third and 18 for the Tigers. Fredenberg back to pass. Fredenberg under pressure, dumps it underneath, and the pass ricochets off of a couple of players. Falls incomplete. It'll be fourth down, and Meyer will be on to punt once again for the Tigers. This will be the third punt already today for Kellen Meyer.
Yeah, Doane trying to set up a screen play there, but sniffed out by the defensive unit. Really no place to go with the ball. So hopefully win some field position back here.
Valverde at his own 40-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the Doane 20. 6 seconds left to play in the quarter. This might be the last play of the quarter. And the high towering kick with the wind. Valverde, it drives him back to the 20. Takes a Dort bounce to the 23-yard line. And that is about a 57-yard punt. And that is the last play of the first quarter. Our score, Dort 7, Doane 0. Let's take a minute break, and we'll be back with the second quarter of play. So we swap sides of the field. Back with more right after this.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Cruz & Cruz, PC, certified public accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Lars, helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Dort Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
Homegrown. Community. Family.
Innovators.
Growth.
Faith.
Legacy.
We are dedicated to egg.
Today's Dort Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dort University. Thanks for watching.
Open Space Park, the Dort defenders starting at their own 23-yard line, first down and 10. 7-0 our score. The defenders on their last drive came up empty. Defense comes up with 3 and out. And now the Doane Tigers send their defense onto the field. Colson Cruz back to pass. Cruz looking right. He's going to throw it to Harkin. Harkin makes the grab on the sideline. Did he stay in bounds? The initial indication is he did. Into Doane territory at the 46-yard line. First down and 10 for the defenders at the 46.
Yeah, good field awareness there, keeping 1 foot in bounds. Probably should have given himself a little bit more room to work with on the sideline. I think that's receiving from the receiving unit. They're probably going to talk about that a little bit, but you got to go where the ball takes you, and ball just thrown a little bit outside. Good throw and catch.
Caden Harkin already with 6 catches. They're going to go to Harkin again, this time take a shot over the top, and that one's going to be out of bounds, incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. And there you're talking about it. And the last 2 plays, if that ball is delivered a little bit more to the inbounds, a yard or 2, probably 6 points on both plays.
Yeah, he had his defensive back. He had the advantage there, had him beat deep. Cruz is such an efficient passer. He's been so on this year. I do wonder if just the little bit of wind that we have is if that's affecting him, but he'll get that short up.
He is completing about 62% of his passes. Handoff is to Nick Wellen, and Wellen a short gain on the play. It's going to be third down and 9 for the defenders. So the defenders, third down conversion try on the way, and this is where Dort has been pretty good this season. Third down conversion attempt at the 45-yard line of the Doane Tigers. And it'll be Cade Rohr, Looker, also Caden Harkin, and Elliott Beal are the receivers. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. To the near side of the field, you've got Looker and Rohr. And Looker in motion. Colson Cruz back to pass. Cruz throws it over to Looker. Looker to the 40, inbounds, and second effort short of the first down. And it looks like by a yard or 2 at least. Oh, it's going to be a 3 yards, so it's going to be fourth down and 3 at the Doane 39-yard line. Do you trust your offense enough here to go for it on fourth down and 3?
Well, and I think that was part of that play call, the previous play call, getting the ball out to Looker in the flat. Actually completed that almost behind the line of scrimmage and let him run for some yards, knowing that you had a fourth down play to maybe go for it here.
Fourth down and 3, and the Tigers are going to utilize the timeout. Dort leading 7-0. 13:08 left to play in the first half. Doane will use their second timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. This broadcast brought to you by the Ullman Funeral Homes. Chad Ullman, Lori Ewell, and Taylor Van Witchell providing professional attention to every detail. Today's broadcast brought to you by M&H True Value of Rock Valley. Behind every project is True Value. Start right. Start here.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa. Life in the center of everything. Where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors. Knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Fourth down and 3 on the way for the defenders at the Doane 39-yard line. Need the 36 for a first down. Colson Cruz barking signals. Looks like Doane will load up the box. Back to passes. Cruz scrambling. Cruz going to race to the near side, and he's in trouble. He's got to throw it away. And the pass is incomplete, intended for Elliott Beal, and that had disaster written all over it, Kyle, and getting rid of it. Colson Cruz, I think he had intentions of just getting rid of it at some point, but had to get in a position where he could, and that'll set up first down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, the advantage of this defensive set is they're bringing guys from different places all over and had pretty good pressure just from the snap. I mean, immediate pressure, which forced Cruz out of the pocket. And, yeah, just tried to buy a little extra time to get the ball thrown away. And, yeah, he knew it was 4th down, hoping to make something happen, but just nothing there.
1st down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 39-yard line, and up the middle, picking up 9 yards on the play. Running back, Green. It'll set up 2nd down and 1 for the Tigers at their own 48-yard line. 2nd down and 1 for the Tigers. So the Dort offense moved it into Doane territory last couple of drives and came away empty. Now it's 2nd down and 1 for the Tigers. Fredenberg looking to the sideline.
Probably a time where they'll take a shot downfield.
Harris. Nate Fox in motion. Handed off, and this is nothing there for Harris. And Harris, worse situation than they began. He loses 3 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4 for the Tigers at their own 45-yard line. 12 minutes up to go in the first half. Dort leading 7-0. If you're just joining us, the defenders scored on their first drive. Marched down the field, 13 plays, and score. Missed on a field goal attempt. Turn it over on downs. That's where we're at. Doane, by comparison, 3 punts so far this afternoon. 3rd down and 4 for the Tigers. Empty out the backfield. 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Back to pass is Fredenberg. Fredenberg, quick hitter, and the pass falls incomplete. It will be 4th down, and a lot of things got to go right on that play with that timing the way it is, and missed on the pass play. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, you empty out the backfield, and you pretty much eliminate the run threat. Dort brought some extra pressure, played some man defense behind it, and knowing that he had to get the ball out quick, just wasn't able to deliver it to a receiver.
4th down and 4. Valverde is at his own 10-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the Doane 45-yard line. Meyer, his 4th time punting, and he gets one up into the breeze. That's up into the jet stream. Valverde lost it in the sun. Takes a Dort bounce, and it'll be down at the 25-yard line. So the defenders, the beneficiaries of a good bounce that time. That'll be a 30-yard punt for Meyer, a net of 30. Initial contact when it hit the turf was probably another 10 yards the other way, but the defenders, 1st down and 10. Let's see if the offense can get back on track after looking really good early. Now they've hit a little bit of a rough patch the last couple of possessions.
Well, and you're going to get that from a defense that's packing the line of scrimmage. They got 8 guys up there pretty tight. That's why you've seen Dort take a lot of shots over the top in the pass game. Doane's really doing a good job of defending the run so far. Now we got a situation here where Doane's more in their 3-man front. Now they're shifting getting 5 guys right at the line of scrimmage.
Man in motion is Beal. Colson Cruz hands it off Nick Wellen, and Wellen carries out to about the 34-yard line. The ball came out, but after he was ruled down, pickup of 6 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. And other thing that I notice here, and maybe it's been happening the whole game, but how soft the cornerback on the near side, Jaheim Fuller, is playing on Caden Harkin right now. He's playing a good 7 or 8 yards off of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, with those deep shots, in the back of his mind, he's thinking deep throw, trying to take that away.
Handoff left side, and Nick Wellen. Wellen, the carry out to the 38-yard line, and that's a 1st down for the defenders.
They mark him a little short. It looked like we had it easily, but marking that thing about a yard short.
3rd down and 1 now for the defenders at their own 36-yard line. Speaking of odd spots, back last week at Concordia had some really puzzling ones on both sides, and it affected play calls by coaches because they made some play calls, I think, based on the assumption of where they thought the ball was spotted rather than at where it actually was. Nick Wellen, the carry, picks up a 1st down, needed a yard, got a yard and a half. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the defenders.
Yeah, we have an offensive lineman came up a little ginger. So we might have a new offensive lineman coming into the game here.
That's Ethan Hansen. Hansen
looked like Ethan kind of got rolled up a little bit on the end of that play.
So Ethan is a junior. He's from Appleton, Wisconsin. Chris Fagerness will meet him at the numbers and escort him to the sideline. It'll be first down and 10 for the defenders at the 37.
Yeah, hopefully, Mike, that was one he just had. Hansen just needs to walk it off and get some motion back in that ankle.
First down and 10 for the defenders. Colson Cruz, Dort leading 7-0. Man in motion is Elliott Beal. Handed off up the middle, Daniel Dickerson. Dickerson on the carry, and he picks up 6 yards on the play. It's going to be second down and 4. Liam Sorensen will come into the game, that extra tight end for the defenders. And actually, he will substitute in here for Jeremiah Peterson. So second down and 4 coming. Second and 4. Colson Cruz has Dickerson behind him. Nick Wellen carried the bulk of the load last couple of series. Pass completed to Elliott Beal. Beal to the 49-yard line of Doane. It'll be a first down for the defenders with under 10 minutes to go now in the first half. Dort leading 7-0. Doane has struggled to get anything going offensively. The Dort defenders, they've had some yards, just hasn't always resulted in points, leading 7-0.
Yeah, and on that last pass play, you're starting to get those corners playing a little bit softer, so just hooking up the route and getting the first down.
Handoff to Velverty. Velverty bouncing to the outside, racing to the edge, and shoestring tackle. He's brought down at about the 44-yard line, short of the first down by 4 yards. Picks up 6 on the play. It'll be second down and 4. Second and 4 for the defenders in Doane territory at the 44.
Yeah, and you see an offensive unit right now who struggled maybe to run the ball a little bit early because of how the defense was defending them, and I think getting some things figured up front.
Second down and 4 for the defenders. Cruz fakes the handoff to Dickerson. He's going to run option, looks to Velverty, picks up a first down, and Colson Cruz dragged down at the 35-yard line, and the defense has to pick their poison on that play. They play Velverty for the pitch, and Cruz is able to pick up the first down to the Doane 35-yard line.
Yeah, and a nice job by Cruz of not overcommitting too soon. Kind of faked the pitch, had a little bit of a lane to run through, picked up the first down. I think Coach Penner would love to see him get to the sideline and get out of bounds instead of having to take a hit. But, yeah, good, strong run play.
First down and 10 for the defenders. Dickerson is behind Cruz in the formation. Cruz takes the snap, back to pass, looking, throws over the top. We've got a flag as well. Pass is complete. But the flag thrown in the vicinity of a hold in all likelihood. We'll wait and see from the official. Right now, I think you're going to wave off the pass completion to Snyder. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. It'll set up first down and 20. So take away the pass completion to Ethan Snyder to inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first down and 20 for the defenders with 7:13 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, that's one, Mike. You don't see that call because Doane did have good pressure. Cruz actually was getting hit as he threw the ball there. A lot of times, it's that other offensive lineman that probably got caught there, but that's quite often overlooked because of the good pressure that they did have.
First down and 20 at the 45-yard line. And they've got Ethan Hansen up on the table over on the near side and not able to read lips or motions enough. Here's Queering on the end around. Queering to the 45-yard line. He's got a convoy to the 30, to the 25, 20, 15, and spun down at the 11-yard line, but a flag on the play at the 21-yard line. And if this is a block on the back, probably looking at a first down and one of those odd yardage. If I've got it read correctly, it'll probably be at the 31-yard line. So Elliott Beal gets caught, and I saw his hands go up. They throw the flag.
that was one of those where Queering cut that ball back.
Yeah.
So it's hard to lay off at that point because you're not in the best position to make the block. But, yeah, still a huge play. Get the down back, and now we're in a much more manageable, 1st and 6.
1st and 6 for the defenders at the 31-yard line. Kind of getting in their own way here. Motion to man out of the backfield is Dickerson. Back to pass is Cruz. Cruz, pass intended for Nick Wellen, falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 6. 2nd and 6 for the defenders. Around the league, we find Dakota Wesleyan leading Hastings 14-3. Northwestern and Concordia just underway. They started at 1:30 in Orange City. It's 7-0 Northwestern. Midland now leading Waldorf 14-7 with 3 minutes left to go in the first half. I think that brings you up to speed on everything so far. Dort leading Doane 7-0. Briarcliff and Mount Marty will be playing this evening in Sioux City. So 2nd down and 6 for the defenders. Handoff to Wellen. Wellen trying to bounce it to the outside and breaks a tackle and finally dragged down at the 24-yard line. That'll be a 1st down for the defenders. Well, we've got ice on the knee of Ethan Hansen. I don't like that. Knee brace is off, and would imagine his day is done. 1st down and 10 for the defenders, the offensive linemen. So we have had our share of injuries this season, it seems. 1st down and 10 at the 24-yard line. Colson Cruz back to pass. Cruz flush from the pocket. He's going to scramble. He's got room to run. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and at the 5, and he goes down there. Doesn't take on the tackler. And all the way down to the 15-yard line. So that is, to the 5-yard line. That is a 19-yard pickup on the play for Colson Cruz. And the defenders have it 1st down and goal to go at the 5.
Yeah, the advantage of having a mobile quarterback, right, Mike? Cruz does a great job of just stepping up in the pocket, had room to run, good solid run. Great job by our receivers downfield, converting and blocking well to get us inside the 10 all the way to the 5.
5.5 left to go in the first half. Dort leading 7-0, but inside in the red zone again. Back to passes Cruz. Cruz, jump ball, and the pass is to Elliott Beal, and Beal catches it for a touchdown. Elliott Beal, the touchdown grab, and the Dort defenders get the pass catch from Elliott Beal. 5-yard touchdown pass, and the Dort defenders lead at 13-0 pending the point after try by Stephen Leinen. The defenders starting to pile up some yards. They've got over 250 yards of offense at this point. Lead 13-0 pending the point after try by Leinen. With 5:11 left to go in the first half, Dort has a 2-score lead. Leinen will kick it out of the hole to Blade Kuhn. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is through the uprights. And the Dort defenders lead it 14-0. 5:11 left to go in the half. Back with more from Open Space Park in 1 minute. You're listening to Dort Football on KIHK and watching the Dort Media Network.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
Today's Dort Media Network broadcast, brought to you by Cruz & Cruz PC, Certified Public Accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Lemars, helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Dort Dentistry, providing implants,
Scoring drives combined 24 plays, 160 yards, 170 yards in over 12 minutes of possession time, resulting in a pair of scores for the defenders at this point, leading 14-0. Leinen drives this one into the end zone. And that'll be a touchback for the for the Doane Tigers. First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Well, the Doane offense now, you're in that danger zone. 5:11 left to go in the half. Obviously, they want points, but they really don't want to turn the ball back to Dort and give them opportunity to score and then potentially have to give the ball back to start the second half as well.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. And yeah, how does that affect play calling here right now for the Doane Tigers? Might probably want to stick with what's working for you.
Fredenberg on the carry, and we have not seen Doane really hang their hat on anything up to this point. They've got a couple of yard pickup on the play for Fredenberg. It's going to be second down and 8.
Yeah, they're still trying to establish some type of a run game, but they have had success throwing the ball downfield a few times. So you think they're going to start taking more shots down the field, try to pick up a first down here, but they're definitely taking their time, hoping to take more time off the clock.
Second down and 8 for the Bulldogs. For the Tigers. Second down and 8 for Doane. Back to pass. Fredenberg takes a shot down the field, and that time miscommunication with the receiver. Receiver collides with Grant Hickson, actually, and Hickson had a bead on it, I think. If he doesn't get run into by the wide receiver, he's maybe going back the other way with an interception. Sets up third down and 8 with 4:30 left to play in the half. So the Tigers with it. The wind definitely shifting as you see the flags swirl up on the field on the uprights. More of a cross breeze now. It's third down and 8. Still sunshine here in Sioux Center. Back to pass is Fredenberg. Fredenberg looking to the left. Pass is complete to Green. Green dodges one tackler, and he's going to be forced out of bounds short of the first down marker. It's going to be fourth down, and the Bulldogs will be forced to punt once again here this afternoon.
Yeah, good job by the Dort defensive unit of taking away the deeper routes and forcing the underneath throw and then rallying and making a tackle short of the first down. Really with very little gain on the play.
Meyer will be punting for the 5th time. Belverty has yet to return a punt. Average of 45.3 yards per punt for Meyer up to this point. Line of scrimmage is the 28. And he gets his foot into that one. Belverty takes it at his own 25-yard line. He's to the 30. And he's going to be brought down at the 30-yard line. Making that play, though, Belverty probably saves the defenders about 20 yards or so. It'll be first down and 10 for the defenders at their own 31-yard line with 3:40 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, and on that punt, you saw almost like a rugby style. He started kind of moving to the right, getting a little bit more behind it. Really got close to getting it blocked there. But typically with those types of punts, you want it to hit the ground and get a little extra roll. So good job by Belverty of fielding it and getting a 5-yard return.
First down and 10 for the defenders at their own 32-yard line. We'll see what Coach Joel Penner and Levi Jungling are able to produce on offense here. Handoff up the middle, and there you go, Nick Wellen. Wellen breaks one east to the 50, to the 40, to the 30. One man to beat, 20, and dragged down at the 25-yard line. The senior from Gill, Colorado, dragged down from behind at the 25 as the Dort defenders get a big run play by Nick Wellen. And the defenders now threatening, leading 14-0. With 3:20 left to play in the half, and this might be now where if you're Dort, take your time and don't give, well, either you score quickly and maybe get them back once again. You've got your timeouts left.
You got your timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout, so.
First down and 10 for the defenders. Handoff to Wellen. Nick Wellen up the middle, and Nick Wellen picks up 3 on the play. It's going to be second down and 7, and sometimes maybe I overthink things. Nick Wellen, 10 carries for 96 yards. That one went for 53 yards, and the defenders have it second down and 7 at the 12-yard line.
Second down and 6 for the defenders.
Second and 7 for the defenders at the 12. They need the 5 for a first down. Busy day on Dort's campus today. We've got soccer happening over on the pitch. That one should be getting started here shortly. And you've also got volleyball later today. Colson Cruz, handoff to Wellen. Wellen sidesteps a tackler. Now he's going to be brought down back at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be third down. So 3rd down and 7 for the defenders at the 12, leading 14-0. We approach the 2-minute timeout, and it looks like the defenders will let it wind down to 2 minutes, and they'll talk things over on the sideline, facing 3rd down and 7. We'll be back with more right after this. You're watching Dordt Media Network and listening on KIHK. Back with more in a moment.
Today's Dordt Media Network broadcast, brought to you by Cruise & Cruise PC, certified public accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Lamars, helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Dort Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Sioux and owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, and decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com. Your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
Welcome back to Open Space Park, Sioux Center, Iowa. Kyle Achterhoff has vacated the booth. He's headed to the sideline for that halftime interview with Coach Joel Penner as they leave the field on the Dordt Media Network. Dordt facing 3rd down and 7 here, leading 14-0. And Colson Cruz up to the line of scrimmage. He's got Dickerson to his right. Wellen is behind him. Man in motion is Beal. Snap back to Cruz. Cruz looks to the end zone, lofts it up for grabs, and it's underthrown to Looker, and the pass is incomplete. And it will be 4th down. 4th down on the play. And the defenders, looks like they'll go for a field. They'll send the field goal unit onto the field. So Dordt facing 4th down and 7. That pass a little bit underthrown. And the defenders will try to extend the lead. This will be about a 30-yard field goal attempt from the far hash mark. A little bit of a cross breeze to work with for the defenders. Blade Coons will be holding. And Stephen Lyon, the sophomore from Harlan, takes the snap from, Coons takes the snap, gets it down. And the kick is up and good. And the Dordt defenders take a 17-0 lead. 17-0 our score. Dordt culminates the drive with points. And now the Tigers will be receiving the kick with 1:51 left to play in the first half. Dordt 17, Doane nothing. Back with more from Open Space Park in 1 minute.
Find furniture, mattresses, flooring, paint, and window treatments at your local Furniture Mart. They are family-owned and located in downtown Sioux Center.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ski-Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether you're building or replacing, Ski-Bout Window and Door has the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski-Bout and see the difference. Today's broadcast brought to you by Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
Stephen Linen drives it through the end zone as we resume play. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 25-yard line. And if you're just joining us, the defenders have moved the football. The defenders have had success, but probably not as many points to show for it as you would think. The Dordt defenders leading 17-0. They have not punted yet, have the defenders. Dordt so far 164 yards receiving, 142 passing. Already over 300 yards of offense for the defenders, leading 17-0. Fredenberg handoff and nothing there, and the defenders might use a timeout. Ian McDonald with the tackle, and the defenders will use a timeout to preserve the clock. A loss of 1 on the play. It's going to be second down and 11 for the Tigers with 1:44 left to go in the half. Dort utilizes a timeout, trying to save some time and get the ball back. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute. To Piper. Piper up the middle. Piper still on his feet. Touchdown defender. Cade Roar to the goal line. Touchdown defenders.
Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast brought to you by Flooring and Design in Sioux Center. Whether you are building a new home, remodeling your current home, or wanting to
As we resume play, Dan Jungling with an interception playing center field. He comes up with it, the safety at midfield. Picking off the pass, the defenders have had some near misses already in this half, and that time Dan Jungling takes it away. And the Dort defenders will have it in Doane territory at the 41-yard line. First down and 10 with 2 timeouts remaining and 1:39 on the game clock here in the first half. So the defenders get a turnover, first turnover of the day. So Dan Jungling picks it off, and for Dan, number 14, that's his second touchdown, the senior from Pella, Iowa. First down and 10 for the defenders at the 41-yard line. Colson Cruz looks to the sideline. Caden Harkin is to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Dickerson is behind him. Scrambling is Cruz. Cruz looks back over the middle of the field. Pass is complete to Kanoff. Kanoff at the 15-yard line, and that's a Dort first down. Connor Kanoff with the pass catch down to the 15-yard line. That's a 26-yard pickup on the play. And the Dort defenders with a first down, so Colson Cruz completing the pass. And for Colson, that is his 13th completion. Beg your pardon, 12th completion on 20 tries today. Isaac Looker in motion. Handoff to Dickerson. Dickerson, the ball carrier, and Daniel Dickerson down inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line, but a flag comes in at the end. Might be an illegal block on the play by the defenders. And Colson Cruz, the body language, claps his hands and hands on hips back at about the 27-yard line. So flag on the play with 1:13 left to go in the half. Negates the carry by Dickerson. Cade Roar will come off of the field. Well, sometimes reading the body language can be wrong. Reese Zuttervern is whistled for the personal foul, face masking. So half the distance to the goal line at the end of the play. And the Dort defenders now inside the 5, facing first down and goal at the 4. First down, goal to go for the defenders inside the 5. 17-0 our score. 73 seconds left to go. Here in the half, Dort still has 2 timeouts remaining. I'm guessing Doane just wants to get to the locker room if they can. Man in motion, that's Beal. Handed off Dickerson. Dickerson, the ball carrier. Dickerson straight up the middle, close to the goal line. It'll be second down and goal to go. Under a minute left to go in the half. Second down and goal to go. Clock running, 44 seconds remaining, 25 on the play clock. Defenders will take their time now. Cruz changes the call. Zach Riley lining up to the right. Dickerson is behind Colson Cruz, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That's Caden Harkin. Handoff to Dickerson. Dickerson into the end zone. Touchdown, Defenders. Daniel Dickerson with the carry, and he gets the score, and the Defenders take a 23-0 lead. 23-0 our score. The Defenders on the board again, and the Defenders offense clicking after the relatively short field set up by the interception by Dan Jungling. They go 4 plays and 41 yards for the score. They have a 23-0 lead pending the point after try here from Stephen Leinen. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Dort Defenders take a 24-0 lead, 22 seconds remaining here in the half. Let's take a 1-minute break. We'll be back with more from Open Space Park in 1 minute.
Freshen up your decor. We can help make your home as unique as you. Stop in to see us at Flooring and Design.
German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1891. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner. Online at germanfarmers.com.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek.
Hi, this is Alex with Outdoor Elements. We've been the region's premier landscape company for over 15 years. With our own in-house landscape designer, we create extraordinary outdoor spaces where you will make memories with family and friends. We do all types of landscaping, and we're the region's only certified pool professionals. We specialize in saltwater pools, which are easy to maintain and gentle on your skin. Check
Stephen Leinen will be kicking off. Drives this one into the end zone. Touchback, Tigers. They'll take over first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Well, the Defenders have opened up a 24-0 lead with 22 seconds remaining in the half. This game, though, first half a little bit costly as Ethan Hansen left the game, offensive lineman for the Defenders, one of the tackles. And he's a 3-year starter. Had ice on the knee initially. Doesn't look like he does any longer, but I think his day is over. Taking a snap is Fredenberg. He'll take a knee. They'll let the clock run out, and that'll be the end of the half. Our score, Dort 24, Doane nothing. You're listening to Dort Football on KIHK and watching the Dort Media Network. KIHK will take a break. Let's take a 3-minute break, Nathan, back at the KIHK studios. And Dort Media Network, stay tuned. Coming up, you'll have a halftime interview with Coach Joel Penner. We'll take care of that in a moment. Right now, let's take a break.
Hi, this is Alex with Outdoor Elements. We've been the region's premier landscape company for over 15 years. With our own in-house landscape designer, we create extraordinary outdoor spaces where you will make memories with family and friends. We do all types of landscaping, and we're the region's only certified pool professionals. We specialize in saltwater pools, which are easy to maintain and gentle on your skin. Check out our website at outdoorelementsinc.com. We make your landscape as beautiful as your home. When you want the best, contact us at 712-476-5299 or email us at info@outdoorelementsinc.com.
Ready? We're good. And at the half here at Open Space Park with head coach Joel Penner of the Dort Defenders. Coach, 7 points in the first quarter. Took a little bit to get going, but kind of got in your stride in the second quarter. What are you liking from your team right now?
Well, I think Doane did a really good job offensively coming out and moving the chains, flipping the field. They did a nice job. It's all about adjustments. There's good coaches in this league. They had a good offensive plan to start and a good defensive plan, and we settled in. We made adjustments.
Yeah, it looked like particularly in the second quarter you got a little bit more mix, got the run game going, and were able to mix it up a little bit better. What did you see that kind of led to that success?
Well, there's a style of defense being played that lends itself to, the next thing in the playbook, and so you have to figure out what that is, and then trust your training, and we're ready for whatever.
Yeah. Now you go into the half with a big lead. How do you keep your guys motivated and fired up to finish this thing out?
Yeah, that's easy because the scoreboard is off in our brains and we just play.
Sounds great, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way. And we're at the half here at Open Space Park with the Dort defenders leading 24-0.
Hello, Dort University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach, or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
On KIHK and the Dort Media Network. We'll get underway at 5 o'clock with the varsity contest, and the junior varsity contest will start at 3:30. You're listening to KIHK and watching the Dort Media Network. Glad to have you along with me on a Saturday afternoon that is now given way to some overcast skies. We are going to now go to our halftime interview, and that is
word I would use to describe it. I think
halftime interview.
Two teams with a lot of seniors. Two teams with a
Dort senior Blade Coons. Blade from Van Meter, Iowa, when we talk about that, along with other things and what drew him to Dort University. And here's the interview I had earlier.
As we look at our seniors on the Dort University football roster, we are going to check in with Blade Coons. Blade is in his, fifth season?
It is.
Fifth season with the Dort Defenders, and I'm going to start off with the softball question, Blade, of how do you get from Van Meter, Iowa, Van Meter High School to Dort University?
I had a kid above me come here to play football, and I wanted a small school that I could still pursue the degree I wanted and play football as well. So,
what was the degree you wanted to pursue?
I started as an engineer, chemical engineer, and I found myself after a year switching to ag. So,
and what's your focus on agriculture?
Plant science, and then hoping to get into my master's and my hopefully even a PhD with plant breeding for corn.
Okay. What have you had opportunities outside of the classroom? I mean, the degree is great, but have you had an opportunity, internships, jobs, networking, things like that? Have you had opportunities while you've been a student here to pursue those things?
Absolutely. Dort is very active in the community, or the ag community, with a bunch of big companies with seed production and plant research, Bayer and Corteva, and then they're always bringing in people to just let them know what they're working on at their places, and there's always internships that are being sent out through the ag club or other professors. So,
what are some of the classes that you've had to take in terms of ag science? What's the garden variety classes that you need to take?
A lot of them depends on if you're going for ag business or plant science, but for me, horticulture, plant science, soil fertility, soil, just basic soil, and I'm currently in botany right now.
So you mentioned that you want to get involved in corn.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a matter of why? What's the interest there? I mean, tell me about that.
Being from the Doane area, living in Iowa my entire life, I've grown up around corn and soybeans, so that's what I'm most familiar with. I have had experience with sorghum, wheat, and other plants as well, but I just feel like I've grown up around corn and soybeans my whole life, and that's what I understand best. So.
Did you find Dort, or did Dort find you?
I found Dort first, and I sent my huddle to Coach McCormick, and then he reached out to me, and he started pursuing recruiting me and came to a couple of games.
No, Van Meter's been very good at high school football for several years now. Did you win some state championships at Van Meter? Or
my sophomore year, 2017, I believe, it was the first state championship that Van Meter has won, and since then I think they've won 3 more now. But also, we've been good at baseball and pretty significantly good at basketball as well for the last couple of years too.
Hometown of Bob Feller, right?
Yep.
You've always punted. Did you play other positions in high school? I mean, it's rare that you would be a high school punter only. Did you play other positions?
Yep. I started as a wide receiver and a safety, and our senior year we didn't have a punter, so I watched a couple of YouTube videos to figure it out, and I figured out I was good enough to be a punter in college, so then I started looking for schools for that.
Now, how do you work on punting? I mean, what does the week look like for you in terms of preparing for the week? Because other guys are in the class, their film study and things like that. What are you doing that week?
Well, we've been fortunate enough as a specialist group to work under Coach Kenny and John Casey as well. And Coach Casey is a longtime NFL veteran, so he knows exactly how to coach that group of guys. And he has us being myself and Steven on a very regulated workload. So Mondays, we're not touching even a football. Tuesdays are our busy work days where we're doing 60 to 70 live reps. And then Wednesday, we're not touching a football again. Thursday morning, we're at it. And that's another busy day for us. And Friday, we're not touching a football until Saturday when we pick it up pregame.
Now, I have gotten in the habit of watching you. How you drop the football indicates the type of punt you're looking for. Am I correct in that?
Right. Yep.
Take me through the physics of that just a little bit, because there are times where I'll see and you'll drop it almost nose down. What are you trying to do there?
So that creates like a different sort of swing for that as well. You just hit on the back of the ball at the lower part of it, so you're aiming for a different point with the nose clearing inside of your foot, and that gets the ball to spin backwards. And that has a way higher chance of spinning backwards or spinning to the left or right than spinning forward, and that's when you use it. For me, I use it when the line of scrimmage is at the 45 or the 50. And so I'm aiming for the 5 to 8 yard line. If he fair catches it on the 5 to 8 yard line, that's great. If he lets it bounce to the 2 and it bounces back or to the left or right and stays out of the end zone, I'll take the ball down at the 1 every time.
Because the gaudy stat is the long or the average.
Right.
But that doesn't always necessarily mean you're being effective.
Right. I'd say for this season so far, my best punt is probably the first one of the year against Midland, where I think we were on the 42 yard line, and I did that sort of punt where I dropped the nose and let it spin backwards, and the guy didn't want to catch it because I don't think he's used to seeing that sort of punt. And the ball hit at the 3 or 4 yard line, and our guy downed it at the 5. And that's exactly what you want in that sort of situation.
You're also the holder on special teams. And Kyle Achterhoff and I have commented that I don't know how many times you field one up around the helmet or above your helmet, or you pick one out of the. Did you play baseball in high school?
No, but the wide receiver background definitely helps me, just kind of sort of tracking it. But I do tell myself, or like I joke around with the coaches, that I basically play shortstop when I'm back there for either punt or for holding.
How do you remain calm? Is it the reps? I mean, is it just the reps and you're going to do it?
I kind of have, I don't know, I want to say upwards of probably 200,000 snaps into where I'm holding and placing it down on this penny-sized area of where I want it to be every time. Just a lot of being in my dorm or at my apartment and spinning the ball to myself and placing it exactly where I want it to be. But just sort of remaining calm and making sure I watch the ball go into my hands, and my holder stance always helps me hit the backstop with being my leg and place it onto that spot where I need it, and just having fun out there and not being too nervous or excited about, okay, this is a big PAT, this is a big field goal that we need to get, and if the snap goes wrong, then we're going to miss. So I trust myself. Isaac Kakmarinsky trusts me to get the hold down, and Steven especially. He doesn't even watch the snapper. He just waits until he hears the ball get to my hands, and then he starts taking his steps, because he knows that by this point that the ball is going to be on the ground, laces away from him.
Against Concordia, second half, things aren't going our way, and it looks like we're going to be punting for, I believe, a second straight time.
Yep.
And the ball's coming back to you in the turf. What's going through your mind at that point?
So at that point, I took a little peek to see where the defenders were, and the guy ran straight at our personal protector, Nick Wellen, and he overran me, so I was able to pick the ball up, and I did think to punt it for a second, but again, I have trust and faith in my physical capabilities to at least rush for a 4-yard first down, so I didn't see anybody on the left side, and I thought I could get it, and it worked out for us.
Very glad that it did, and I said to Coach Penner, I texted him on the way home. I said if there was a play of the weekend, that might have been it, because it felt like then we got a touchdown after that. Did you feel a sense of that was something out of the ordinary? Did it make you feel good to see us score a touchdown after that?
Absolutely, yeah. It was a rough start for our offense coming out of halftime, and I think we had 2 3-and-outs and maybe a turnover in there as well, and so to be able to provide that spark for the team to get the momentum back on our side it's a really a feel-good play for sure.
You will be finished with your education at semester. What happens after the semester is over?
After that, I'm looking for a 6-month internship with an ag science company in the area, or back where I'm from, in the Des Moines area. And then after that, I will be hopefully attending a grad school as well for agronomy.
And when you're done with grad school, what do you want to do? What's the dream? What's the hope in terms of employment once you're done with grad school? Is it continue on to PhD, get some work in? What are you thinking?
I'm hoping to maybe take a year or two. That's a lot of schooling to go from high school all the way through to my master's, plus an additional year of undergrad study at Dort. And I hope to work for one of the seed producing companies with my agronomy degree, and just sort of feel out what is best for me, if that's a PhD, in order to raise my status at the workplace, or to just continue working and moving up in the chain there.
Well, Blade, it's been a pleasure, and I'm embarrassed it took 5 years to get you in here, and I said that's always one of my regrets, is I get to know people when they're seniors, basically, but it is an art, what you're able to do with the football, I believe, in terms of punting, and it's been really fun to watch you, and hope that we have a few games left, and I hope you're able to pin a few more inside the 10-yard line.
Well, thank you, Mike.
That's fine. It's Blade Coons on our Senior Spotlight for this week. That is Blade Coons talking about his career as a punter and placeholder for the Defenders on special teams.
And we've got some highlights to run through as well as the Dort football team makes their way back onto the field. And let's take a look at those highlights. The Doane Tigers did have some success early in the contest with those passes underneath. And the defenders finally got going on offense. Caden Harkins, 6 catches in the first half. And he had over 100 yards of receptions. The defenders getting a pair of touchdown passes, short touchdown passes. Nick Wellen carried the bulk of the load on offense in terms of rushes, and he had 99 yards in the first half. Kyle Achterhoff, 24-0 at halftime. The defenders over 300 yards of offense. Had a lot of things go right. Had a missed field goal, had a turnover on downs as well. Still haven't punted. For the most part, controlled play. Kind of got things going on the scoreboard in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think early on, you give credit to Doane. Pretty good game plan in terms of both offensively. They had a little success on their first drive, and defensively they were doing some things early on that caused our offense and defense to make some adjustments. That's where I would say Dort has an outstanding coaching staff, made some great adjustments. You saw in the second quarter especially a lot more success running the ball, made some adjustments on the sideline in terms of the blocking schemes. A lot more success running the ball, but still mixing in that pass game, and really dominated the second quarter, especially after just a 7-0 lead going into the second quarter.
191 yards in the air on 12 of 20 passing for Colson Cruz. Also had 21 rushing attempts for 153 yards. That comes out to a total of 344 yards of offense on 41 plays. Doane was limited to 24 plays for 36 yards thus far. They have 12 rushing attempts for 8 yards. Passing, they are 3 of 12 with an interception for 28 yards. Individually for the defenders, Nick Wellen, 12 carries, 99 yards. Colson Cruz, 3 carries for 30 yards. Daniel Dickerson, 5 carries for 18 yards and a touchdown. Colson Cruz, 12 of 20 passing, 2 touchdowns, 6 completions to Caden Harkin for 138 yards. Connor Knopf, a catch for 27 yards. Elliott Beal, 2 catches for 12 yards, and he's got a touchdown. Cade Rohr has the other touchdown pass, a 1-yard completion. The defenders on defense, you've got Tyler Wieringa with 4 tackles, Ian McDonald with 4 tackles as well, all of them solo. And Dan Jungling has a solo and an assist with an interception so far today. In the second quarter over in Orange City, Concordia and Northwestern tied up 7-7. It is Dakota Wesleyan leading Hastings 21-3. Midland and Waldorf into the third quarter. Midland leads it 21-7. Briarcliff and Mount Marty will play later this evening. Soccer action as well in Sioux Center. Doane and Dort thus far 0-0. And taking a look, the defenders, each team with 1 shot on goal thus far. So Meyer will be kicking off. The defenders with Thomas McCullough and Elliott Beal back to return. So that was shaken up as well with Thomas Fritz's injury. Thomas, typically a kick returner as well. So Meyer will be kicking, and the ball blows off of the tee. And a warm afternoon, and it was borderline hot, has now given way to a little bit nicer temperatures in terms of October the 5th. And we have once again hit the jackpot, a Chamber of Commerce day on the Dort campus with a lot of sunshine, warm weather. Students are on a little break of sorts. as part of Heartland Break, and we are underway with the second half. A high end-over-end kick. This will be taken by McCullough at the goal line. He's out to the 10, to the 15, and brought down at the 17-yard line. And it'll be first down and 10 for the defenders at their own 18.
I think Doane's kick team is offsides here, Mike, so are we going to elect to have them re-kick, or are we going to add that to the end of the run? I think if I had the choice, I know you want your offense out there, but even with the with this added to the end of the kick, it's just okay field position.
I think they are waiting for the music to die down and for the referee, Ryan Fries, will give us the indication. And in all likelihood, a 5-yard penalty. Okay, so we get the offense and defense onto the field, and we say, everybody head back to your sidelines. We're going to do it again. So the defenders will be receiving the kick. I was going to ask you, as a coach, Thomas McCullough, right at the goal line, do you run that one out? You get it at the 25?
Yeah.
I mean, is it 6 of one, half dozen of the other?
It really is, and
playing with a 24-0 lead as well.
Yeah, and your kick returners, they're out there because they want to return it. So I think, they probably are told if you put your heels on the goal line and if you can catch it, you run it. If you have to take a couple steps back, then you take the knee and take the touchback. But I like this, and I saw Coach Kenny, Joe Kenny, kind of lobbying for a re-kick. Did a good job there, and we'll see. Well, it's going to end up being a wash, but kicker got a little bit better hang time and distance on this last one.
So Meyer kicks it through the end zone. It'll be first down and 10 for the defenders at their own 25-yard line. Dort leading 24-0 as we get into the third quarter of play. Around the conference, you heard me go through the scores. Any surprises?
Well, not necessarily a surprise out of Orange City. You saw them last week, and we all saw Concordia. They're a capable football team, good athletic football team. So they're hanging in there with Northwestern 7-7.
I had wondered how much that physical game would have taken out of the Concordia Bulldogs last week as well. It was physical and it was hot. Running option to the near side is Colson Cruz. Pitches over to Valverde. Valverde to the 30-yard line, angling out of bounds and dragged down as he hits the white. 6-yard pickup on the play. 7-yard pickup on the play. It'll be second down and 3. You'll take that on first down every play.
Absolutely. You get a little speed in the backfield with Valverde, and he was able to get the edge. And, I took that pitch to the sideline for 7 yards.
So Colson Cruz running the offense for the defenders, completed 12 passes in the first half. Caden Harkin was his favorite receiver. Caden now split out wide to the right. Beal is in the slot, 3-down lineman for the Tigers. Tigers have brought pressure at times. This time they'll rush only 3. Passes complete to Harkin. Gets away from one would-be tackler up the sideline to the 40 and out to the 42-yard line. Does a nice job that time of getting away from the tackler who would have had him at about the line of scrimmage. Made a miss and has a first down out to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, sometimes you just get the ball into the hands of your athletes and let them make something happen, and Harkin did it there with the catch and then the yards after the catch.
First down and 10 for the defenders at their own 43-yard line. Cruz has the backfield split. He's got Valverde in the backfield with him. Fakes the handoff to Valverde. Cruz is going to run, gets to the edge. He's got the seam. He's to midfield and gives himself up at the 45-yard line. Picks up the first down. Doesn't take on the big hit. And the defenders now first down and 10 at the 45.
Yeah, and I know that's what Coach Penner wants from Cruz right there, is to not limit the number of times that you take a shot. So you had the first down picked up, not a lot more available on that play. So just give yourself up, not take a hit, live to see the next play.
First down and 10 for the defenders. Back to passes Cruz. Cruz is going to take a shot for Beal. Beal, it's underthrown. Pass falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. They got third down and 10 up on the marker on the far side. Should be second. They'll get that switched.
Second down and 10.
So 2nd and 10 for the defenders at the Doane 45-yard line. Talking about that score in Orange City, that's a 1:30 start time, so they'll be lagging just a little bit behind this one here. Nice breezy day here in Sioux Center. It has affected the passing game somewhat. Cruz is going to run option, and he's to the far side directing traffic and gets to the edge, and he is knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Pickup of 1 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for the defenders in Doane territory. At the 44, they need the 35 for a first down, and right now in no man's land, you don't necessarily, you'd love to get all 9 on this play, but really you think about it in terms of can you get half of it here and then maybe half of it on the next play.
Yeah, exactly, Mike. It really leaves your playbook open to not feel like you have to go downfield with a throw. You can even run the ball if you feel comfortable doing that.
3rd down and 9, back to passes Cruz. Cruz looking underneath, passes complete, and that is a first down. Colson Queering on the receiving end of that. Beg your pardon, Carter Queering. There's only 3 Querings on the team. I think you got Carter, you got Carson, and you've got Colson, that is, and then I think you got Zach thrown in for good measure as well. So that is Carter Queering. He is from Saratoga Springs, Utah. He's been getting more and more snaps as of late. First down and 10 for the defenders at the 34-yard line. Snyder, the tight end, onto the right side. Back to passes Cruz. Cruz looking, has a man open. That is Ethan Snyder on cue. Down inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. And what is this passing to the tight end stuff that we're doing?
Hey, diversify here, right? And we are to that point in the season where you got to start mixing in some other things. And, you got a few big games coming up here, and you want to be at full strength with the whole playbook down the road.
So Snyder on the receiving end of that pass catch. He is a junior from Sioux City. He'll now shift over to the left side of the line. Back to passes Cruz through the end zone and into the end zone. Did he get in? Touchdown defenders. Caden Harkin able to tap dance in the back corner. And the Dort defenders up 30-0 with the point after try coming. And we've got a red flag. The challenge flag is out. And so we'll see the call on the field, as we discussed 2 weeks ago. Probably the most important thing in this situation, just simply because, for those of you watching, the end zone that it happened in is the north end zone. They're going to be looking at angles from the south end zone. I think he got in based on that replay. Now, again, our replay on the Dort Media Network is not the exact same replay that they will see, and we're going to spin it backwards. And let's see if you've got it in the truck. One more look at that pass would be awesome. And here we go. American State Bank getting their money's worth on the replay. Here's the slow-mo. There's the catch by Harkin, drifting, and I think he got in.
He's in.
Beautiful. Great work in the truck, guys. Got his left toe in just inside the pylon and then kicked it as he went out of play. Now, that's not the angle they'll be looking at, but the call on the field was a touchdown.
Right, and you bring up that point, right? I mean, what you're seeing on the Dort Media Network, great shot, slow motion. Looked like he was into us, but that is not what the officials are now looking at. So
didn't take him long over in the 10th, though.
No, unless it was obvious, but that was a quick challenge flight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Based on what we saw, it's the right call. And
honestly, that end zone shot that the officials were looking at is a good shot because you're seeing the sideline. So he could probably see pretty easily that the foot came down inbounds, and then he finished the catch with the ball. So actually a really good pass by Cruz, and making a play on the ball and getting the foot down was excellent.
30-0 our score. Dort with the lead, and Stephen Leinen on to attempt the point after try, and can't emphasize enough. Nice work in the truck on that replay, guys. Stephen Leinen on to attempt the point after. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is through. And the Dort defenders have a 31-0 lead with 11:05 left to go in the third period. Back with more from Open Space Park in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City will exceed your expectation.
The Grain House, located in Hall, Iowa, bringing you amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and so much more. A big city feel, only 10 minutes away from Sioux Center, with a second location opening soon in Sanborn. See Proactive Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab when the aches and pains won't go away. Visit proactivephysicaltherapy.net when you want to get back to the activities you love.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online, 712realty.com, leading you home.
Stephen Leinen will be kicking off for the defenders. Almost kicking into the wind now, the way it looks.
Pretty stiff wind.
Fall in Iowa. Wake up this morning, it's humid. Wind is blowing out of the south. Smells like rain almost. Now the wind shifts and it's out of the north-northwest. Could get a little chillier. Out on your training for a half marathon tomorrow morning, you're going to be a little bit cold.
So, Mike.
That's fresh on the mind because they had the Harvest Half and the 10K earlier today here in Sioux Center. Pretty breezy day to be running, but it sounds like everybody survived it and finished. And over end kick by Leinen. This is going to be bounce at the 12-yard line, fielded at the 12. A little bit of room to run up the sideline to the 30. And brought down at the 35-yard line. The special teams coverage team for the defenders may have overrun it just a bit. It'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 35-yard line.
And how many times do you see that, Mike, where the ball actually hit the ground, you know, and maybe that just takes that half-second step off of your coverage unit just enough, and really good return for the Doane Tigers.
So the Doane Tigers, Zach Fredenberg. We have a new quarterback in as well. Handoff goes to Ryan Green. This is going to be number 17, and he is not on my depth chart. He is Derek Silva. He is a freshman from Edinburgh, Texas. No numbers on Silva. The Doane Tigers to a point in the season, I believe, where they're probably trying to figure out what they've got for moving forward.
Yeah, and we did get a little bit of an update here at halftime that Hartman is injured and not dressed for the game. Probably a late decision. They were hoping he'd be able to go. Their normal starter. So yeah, they're probably looking for something, right?
A little bit of gamesmanship before the game too,
wonder.
because there was a number 10 warming up as quarterback.
Yeah, how does that work? But you know,
we've got a player shaken up for the defenders, and Chris Fagerness has been a little too busy for my liking so far today. I did not make out who is shaken up, but he'll be Chris Fagerness out. It is a Dort defensive player around the league while they tend to that injured player. He's now shaken up and might have gotten his bell rung a bit. That is Jordan Gall. And Jordan Gall from Lesterville, South Dakota, takes the helmet off and walks to the sideline. 31-0 our score. 10-13 left to go in the third quarter. Jordan might be done for the day. We'll see. He'll get checked out. He walked away from Chris Fagerness. Now Chris is going to go track him down.
Well, might have to do a little concussion protocol here, do a few tests, and but it looked more the way Jordan was kind of twisting the neck, trying to loosen back up.
Third down and 10, and the pass is completed to Reimers, and nothing there. Reimers is thrown for a loss, and the Dort defense right now, sharks in the water, and limit Doane to -1 yardage there. And Meyer, who might be the most valuable player for the Tigers so far today, comes on to punt.
Yeah, and I was down on the field as the football team, as the Dort defenders were leaving, and you could just feel it from the defense. They were talking about their first half shutout, and I know they want to continue that throughout.
6th punt of the day for Meyer, and another towering kick. Valverde didn't get a good beat on it, and this one's going to bounce into the end zone, and Keenan Valverde making the right decision there. Didn't get a great look at it, and it bounces through the end zone, and the defenders will take over. 1st down and 10 with 9:19 left to play in the 3rd period, leading 31-0. Reminder that our pregame and postgame shows brought to you all season long by Wireless World, your Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. Well, Coach Alex Durbin on the soccer pitch, breathing just a little bit easier. He said these are the kind of games that drive him crazy. The ones that you feel like you probably should win. They take a 1-0 lead. Always good to score first.
Absolutely.
We said that with the football.
Today.
Yes. Yeah. The longer you let teams hang around, the more tight the collar can get. The defenders scored first. Defense showed up. They lead now 31-0. Colson Cruz back to pass, scrambling. And Colson Cruz is going to be brought down back at the original line of scrimmage at the 20. 2nd down and 10 for the defenders. And my question is, will that be ruled a sack or a running attempt? If it's a sack, it'll be the 2nd one given up by the defenders this season.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to get credit for a sack there.
Drop back to pass. It was not a designed run play by any means. So 2nd and 11. They're going to, directing traffic, Colson Cruz. 10 seconds on the play clock. Now 8. 8:40 left to go in the 3rd period. Dort leading 31-0. Back to pass is Cruz. Cruz, pass batted into the air, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 11. So the defenders now 3rd down and 11. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. 8:32 left to play in this quarter. So Dort leads 31-0. Jordan Gall looks like he's back. He's sitting in on the defensive meeting, so that is a good sign. 3rd down and 11. So I'll ask you something just after this play. 3rd down and 11. Colson Cruz, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and we've got a flag thrown in the backfield.
I think a little hitch from one of our offensive linemen. Yeah.
I didn't even think they were set yet, though, Kyle.
No, and I think it was more he
that's an itchy trigger finger, I think.
Yeah.
3rd down and, doesn't matter what I think. 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, hey, our worst field position today so far, I believe, in terms of being backed up with a 3rd and 16.
3rd down, yep.
Yeah.
Need the 30 for a 1st down. Cruz, back to pass. Colson looking. Rush, directing. And he's going to throw it away.
Yeah.
3rd down and 16 turns into 4th down and 16, and the defenders will be forced to punt for the first time this afternoon. And it will be Blade Coons coming onto the field. So you're saying that the defense, they're conscious of with a shutout? I mean, that's a big deal.
It is a big deal. And, I think that's every defense's ultimate goal. Obviously, if the other team doesn't score, your chances of winning, right? So, yeah, and it becomes a pride thing, right? You've played well here for, almost 3 full quarters, and you want to be able to pitch that shutout.
Now this is a spiraling kick into the wind, taken at the 40-yard line. Good coverage by the defenders, and Matt Bumgars on the coverage. And the Dort defenders, good coverage that time. And it's 31-0. Defenders with it on the defensive coverage. And it'll be Doane football at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, and when the punt returner is running side to side, it's going to be tough to make anything happen. And so really good coverage. Bumgars with a good open field tackle.
DeRiso on the return. We'll see Derek Silva back onto the field for the Tigers. I've had a heck of a time today with that.
Gotta switch gears.
I do. It's, well, we're playing the Tigers and everything today, so it should be pretty easy. Handoff, not much there. Van Houen in on the stop for the defenders. That's Harris on the carry. Short gain on the play. It's 2nd down and 8. Had a live look in moments ago on that soccer game happening on the Dort Media Network as well. And that's over on the that stream. Women's soccer leading 1-0 over the Doane Tigers. 2nd down and 8 here. Football at the 41-yard line. Dort in control, leading 31-0. We'll update you on scores in between quarters as well. This will be the last home game for a while, till the end of the month. Back to pass. Silva is spun down, and on the tackle for the defenders is Jamin Sturr. Sturr from Webster City with the quarterback sack, and the Dort defenders forced Doane into a 3rd down and 14 situation. 3rd and 14, so Jamin Sturr with the sack. After today, the defenders go on the road next Friday night, playing under the lights in Yankton, South Dakota against the Lancers. Lancers playing tonight against Briar Cliff. And then 2 weeks from today, off to Mitchell, South Dakota to take on Dakota Wesleyan. 3rd down and 14. Back to pass, Silva. Silva, pass underneath, incomplete. Intended on the play for Darnell Riley, and that'll bring up 4th down. So the Dort defense holding Doane to negative yardage so far here in the second half. And Keenan Valverde is back at his 15-yard line again. Meyer will be punting. The line of scrimmage is Doane's 35-yard line. 6:44 left to play here in the 3rd period.
Yeah.
So the Tigers, go ahead.
I'm looking for a return here. I know Valverde is looking forward to getting his hands on the ball.
High kick. Valverde is going to let it bounce near the sideline and angled out of bounds as Meyer drops that one inside the 10 down to the 3. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the defenders at their own 3-yard line. So the defenders, after the offense struggled on their last possession, even poorer field position here, facing 1st down and 10 at their own 3.
Yeah, and you want to get that unit back on the field here and have some success. Pretty much dominated throughout the game and put up a lot of yards and points. But, that last series was just subpar. And so they want to I'm sure those guys were anxious to get back on the field and say, yeah, let's show what we can do.
We'll update you on the women's soccer score in just a moment. Colson Cruz. Is that Dickerson or Wellen behind him? Looks like Wellen. They hand it off to Nick Wellen. Wellen over 100 yards now out to the 7-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. Sets up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, and get your offense a little breathing room. Get some positive yards. When you're backed up like that, you just want to have a good, positive first play.
Karina Tell with a goal over on the soccer field. She only had 8 last week.
Unbelievable. She's playing incredible. Right
she's
now.
having a special season. Women's team having a very special year as well, looking for their 8th win today. Colson Cruz hands it off Wellen. Wellen slips and falls as he makes a cut. Maybe gains a yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and looks like that tweener between 3 and 4. Got it at their own 10-yard line. And if they get the 15, it's more than enough for a 1st down. Dickerson checks in. Valverde checks out. The defenders taking their time, up 31-0, under 6 minutes to go in the quarter. This was a 24-0 game at halftime. Colson Cruz will get the snap from Joel Akers. Got Wellen behind him. Back to passes Cruz from his own end zone. He's going to scramble, might run for it. He's got the 1st down and then some. He's going to go out of bounds past the 20, out near the 25-yard line. And the Dort defenders with a 1st down as Colson Cruz takes what the defense is giving him.
Yeah, exactly, Mike. Taking what the defense gives you and just a smart play. Don't force it downfield if you know you can pick up a 1st down with your legs and you keep this drive going.
So Colson Cruz Hasn't run much today, not nearly as much as we're accustomed to, though very efficient. 7 carries, 57 yards. It's not a bad per rush average. Colson Cruz fakes the handoff, and he is dragged down at the 25-yard line.
Reached the ball out there a little ways, probably
got 3, 4. Thought the ball was out in front. They're not going to be very generous, though. Kind of stingy with the spot. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup on the play for Colson. 4:23 left to play in the third quarter. Well, let's see if the defense can keep the drive going. This kind of has the hitting that lull, if you will. Dort with the game in hand, it would seem. Elliott Beal in motion. Colson Cruz back to pass. They bring a blitz. And the Doane Tigers bringing the blitz. Jarrett Boggs. Boggs with the sack for a loss. Significant loss on the play. That's going to end up being about a 10-yard loss on the play. It's going to set up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, and Cruz has been able to spin out a few times when they've had that immediate pressure, but just a good job of making the play by the Doane unit. But, yeah, bringing pressure, trying to cause some negative plays and getting one right there.
3rd down and 16, so the defenders, their work cut out for them. They need the 33-yard line for a 1st down. Pass over the middle is complete to Snyder. Snyder past the 40 out to the 42-yard line. And Ethan Snyder, 2 catches now today. He also had a 3rd earlier that was negated by a penalty. So the defenders incorporating their tight end this afternoon, the Sioux City, Iowa native, out to the 43-yard line. And that's a 1st down.
Yeah, and Doane doing something a little bit different there. They just brought 3. They're down linemen. Great protection. Cruz is able to sit in the pocket and just find his open receiver.
The defenders now with 274 yards of passing offense. Colson Cruz gets away from a tackler, and he's going to be dragged down at the 42-yard line. Looks like a gain of about 14 yards on the play. It's going to be 1st down at the 43-yard line. So Colson Cruz so far has passed for 274 yards and has run for another plus 50. He's netted over 50 yards of rushing offense. And the defenders have it 1st down and 10 now at the Doane 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Back to passes Cruz. Cruz pass underthrown. Harkin goes up, makes the grab. Harkin away from the tackler to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown defenders. Caden Harkin makes the catch and then gets away from the tackler and gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, and this is just a great job of giving your, what Randy Moss say, just throw it up. And that's the situation here, taking advantage of your size difference, and Harkin going up and making a play on the ball. Does a great job of then staying in bounds, staying on his feet, cutting back inside for the score.
Stephen Leinen on to attempt the point after try. Dort leading 37-0, pending the point after. Might have had some movement. Snap is down, kick is up into the wind, and the kick is good. And the Dort defenders with a 38-0 lead with 2:04 left to play in the 3rd period. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more from Open Space Park in Sioux Center in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit epremierbank.com or stop by any of the 5 Premier Bank locations in Iowa or South Dakota to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
Stephen Leinen on to kickoff. Now the defenders leading 38-0 with 2:04 left to play in the third period. The defenders in control. This one angled to the sideline, takes a bounce,
Did he touch it?
and it'll go just out of bounds. Doesn't look like they're going to say that he touched it, so it'll be first down and 10 for the Doane Tigers, and they'll have good field position here after Dort scored on their last possession. And now you're looking at it. Caden Harkin with that catch. In case you're curious, 217 yards on 10 catches. You're going to ask now, what is the record for receiving yards?
What's the record for receiving yards?
Well, it's held by offensive coordinator Levi Jungling. Set it in 2017 with 281 against Dakota Wesleyan.
That's going to be tough to get, even today.
Yep. Jason Miller, who was here at the beginning of Joel Penner's tenure. More on him in just a moment. Handoff. And not a lot there for David Harris. Jason Miller, he had days of 267 against Midland, 233 against Dakota State, and 201 against Doane. So Harkin today is the third individual to go over 200 yards receiving in Dort football history. Second down and 5 after the short gain on the play. So the Tigers trailing 38-0. The Dort defense trying to keep the shutout intact and nearly picked off. Falls incomplete. That was Isaac Kakmarinsky, the sophomore from Pella, Iowa. Unable to come up with the play. In and out of the hands of the linebacker. And that'll set up third down.
Yeah, and a good job of just dropping into your zone and reading the quarterback. Good break on the ball, and Kakmarinsky almost came up with the interception there.
And I think we've got some new faces on the field for the Dort defense as well. You've got Van Houn and McCullough at safety. Trevor Wieringa, he's lining up at linebacker. You've got Kakmarinsky in there as well. Back to pass, and the pass is incomplete. And that'll drop to the ground, incomplete, and that'll bring up fourth down. Also on the field for the defenders, first time I think we've seen Ethan Mills, or that I can recall Ethan Mills lining up at a corner as well, number 1.
Yeah, you're feeling pretty good about your game plan, right? And it doesn't necessarily matter who you have out there, and it's, man, a great opportunity to get some guys some reps and develop some really good depth.
Keenan Velverty onto it, return this, and it drives over his head through the end zone. So Meyer with the punt. It'll end up being a net of 45 yards. The line of scrimmage was the 35. So first down and 10 for the defenders. Second time, they'll be starting at the 20 after the punt. Well, over in Orange City as we scoreboard watch, Concordia has taken a 10-7 lead with 10:19 remaining in the third period of the field goal moments ago. None of the other scores really tightening up. Dakota Wesleyan leading Hastings 28-3. Midland up on Waldorf late in the game, 28-7 now in Forest City, Iowa. Dort will conclude their year with Waldorf at home. Velverty motions out of the backfield. And new quarterback in for the defenders, that's Cade McDaniel. So McDaniel on to run this series. 1 minute remaining in the third period. Dort leading 38-0. And there is that fine line. You manage personnel, but you also want to keep people sharp. And the defenders, it appears, through 3 quarters of play, feel like they have accomplished what they wanted to up to this point, and they're working some different people into the game.
Yeah, you got the big lead. The outcome is really not in doubt. Pretty much have this thing taken care of. Great opportunity, like I mentioned earlier, to get some guys some reps and also to keep some guys healthy. You know, we've had some guys with some injuries, and you just don't want to get one like that at this point in the game.
38-0, Dort leading. Dort will take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection. Connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
To Piper. Piper up the middle. Piper still on his feet. Touchdown defender. Cade Roar to the goal line. Touchdown defenders. Defenders 5 yards the wrong way. It's going to go second down and 18 now. We are taking a look at some of the details of some of the games around the league, and we'll fill you in on those probably at the end of the third quarter. I think we'll have some time. I believe our sponsor list, we're doing pretty well on that. We'll take a little time to take a look at the Great Plains Athletic Conference as a whole. Defenders, we've filled you in on their schedule coming up. Next couple of weeks, they're on the road and then back home with Morningside in 3 weeks. That seems like a long ways away yet at this point. And basketball season will be started by then, too.
Wow.
Back to passes, McDaniel. McDaniel steps up, throws underneath, passes complete to the 15-yard line. And almost back to the original line of scrimmage for this set of downs. Marked shy. It'll be third down and 13 as the defenders pass completion to Evan Jordahl. Evan Jordahl getting his first catch of the day, and that'll mark the end of the third period. Dort leading 38-0. Well, as we take a look at some of the numbers around the league, you delve into it a little bit. Dakota Wesleyan leads Hastings 28-3 to start the fourth quarter. So that one is pretty well decided, I would say. Midland leads Waldorf 28-7. That's at the 2-minute warning, so that one is scooted right along in Forest City. And then the other game still going on. Concordia leading Northwestern at the end of the third quarter, 10-7. A few things that jump out at me, Kyle. A week after we watched Concordia, very physical on defense. They have limited Northwestern to 12 of 21 passing for 80 yards. And they've limited Northwestern's rushing game to 32 yards. On the flip side, Concordia has 109 yards passing, 94 rushing. Neither team's offense really setting the world on fire, and that one's shaping up over in Orange City to be kind of the game that we thought might happen with just a defensive struggle.
Right, yeah, two really good defenses, and you brought up after a physical football game, you were
what do they have left?
Yeah,
what do they have
left? And they obviously have something left in the tank, and you know they played us well for a while, and you know, kind of hung in there, did some good things. So I'm sure that was also kind of a confidence builder maybe for them, and I'm sure they went into this week thinking, yeah, why not?
Yeah,
why not?
I mean, you've gone through the heavy hitters. You've gone through two of the leaders in the conference at this point. This is basically their last chance to pick somebody off, and so far Concordia playing right with Northwestern and Orange City. We'll keep an eye on that. McDaniel's going to step up in the pocket, throws over the top, Queering, and the pass is caught and then dropped, incomplete, and that'll bring up fourth down. I think the phrase is, aw, shucks.
Yeah, that was a good shot downfield, gave Queering an opportunity to make a play. I think the defensive back may have
got his hands in
there just late before we could secure the catch. But, yeah, now punting it away and having to win a little field position back here.
Well, the defenders still hoping to try and keep that shutout intact. Defense has done the job so far. Blade Coons, a spiraling kick, and that's going to take a Dort bounce to the 25-yard line where it's fielded. And the gunner, Matt Bumgars, again preventing the big return on that line drive kick. And you've really got to trust your coverage team if you're going to line drive it like that. And Blade was trying to sneak it actually past the return man, it appeared, and unable to do so. And good field position here for the Tigers at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, actually a really good job by the returner of fielding that ball and being able to get positive yards. And yeah, starting out here on the ball on the 37, pretty decent field position for Doane.
That was DeRiso on the return. Dort on defense now. And they turn and hand it off. Thought there was a little gap there for Ryan Green. Picks up 4 or 5 yards on the play. Van Houn on the tackle for the defenders. And we're starting to get to that point of the game where I'm getting some guys in that aren't on the 2 I believe that's Josh Manwiller was also on the tackle for the defenders. 2nd down and 5.
Well, this is a great opportunity for some guys to show what they can do on the field in a varsity football game and hopefully catch the eye of the coaching staff.
Silva back to pass. Silva pass to the sideline, forced out of bounds to the midfield stripe. And it is caught by Darnell Riley, and the Concordia Bulldogs threatening to move into Dort territory for the first time since the first half. Football at the midfield stripe, 13:55 and counting. Ball game. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. For the Tigers. I'll get it right yet before the day is over. Silva turns, hands, and not much there for Green. Maybe picks up 2 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 8, and a lot of charcoal jerseys really pursuing to the football well. And the defenders limit him to a 2-yard pickup on the play. 2nd down and 8. Coming up later this afternoon, Dort volleyball as they host the Doane Tigers. Women's soccer, they're underway with the second half. Dort leading that one 2-0. As Coach Alex Durbin told me yesterday, though, we haven't always played so well with the lead. 2nd down and 8. 4 seconds on the play clock. Back to pass Silva. Silva flushed from the pocket, rolling right, throws underneath, and the pass is complete. Short of the first down, though, down to the 43-yard line. They need the 40 for a first down. And the Tigers in obvious 4-down territory here, trailing 38-0. Let's see if the defenders can make a stop.
Yeah, good job by the receiver on that play, Mike. He comes back to the ball to secure the catch. You know, a lot of guys float, wait on it, and then a defensive player can sneak a hand in and knock the ball away. But a good job of coming back to the ball, securing the catch, and getting positive yards.
Silva, 3rd down and 3. Turns, hands, and it's going to be close to a first down. Well, they did not. You talk about a stingy spot. I'm watching the far side, Judge, and he marks him 2 yards shy. I thought he was a lot closer than that, but he's down on the field, and I'm up here. 4th down and 2 for the Tigers.
Watch the hard count here.
4th down and 2. Tigers look to the sideline. 20 seconds on the play clock. They went with a hard count. The Dort defense held. 4th down and 2. Harris is in the backfield with him. Try the hard count again. 6 seconds left. Now 5.
Going to use a timeout here.
And it certainly looks like they will use a timeout. John Johnson uses a timeout. 4th down and 2. The Dort defenders.
Oh, they actually took the penalty here, Mike. Did they take the penalty or a timeout?
There's a timeout. Got to be a timeout. Oh, the umpire picked the football up at the 42. No.
Yeah, he's moved him back. I'm really, you don't want to take the penalty and the timeout, but looks like we might have that. Of course, when you have a punter like this, you probably want to back up 5 yards.
Give him a little bit of room. I get that, but I am not sure. 11:34 left to go in the game. You've got a 4th and 2 situation. Well, Punts it inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line, so Meyer does his job again. First down and 10 at their own 8. The defenders will take over with 11:26 left to go in the contest. Well, the Concordia Bulldogs over in Orange City have just gone up 17-7 with 5 minutes remaining in the third period. First down and 10 for the defenders at their own 9. So Cade McDaniel lines up. I believe he's got Nick Wellen behind him. Keenan Valverde on his left, and we've got a flag on the play.
Yeah, this Doane has been doing this, and now you got some new young guys on the field, but Doane's been shifting quite a bit. They shift late, which sometimes can get the attention of an offensive lineman, get an offensive lineman moving around, but maybe they were in the neutral zone here. No.
So they're going to call that on the tight end for the defenders. Jaden Whitty, a little too eager, maybe drawn offside or drawn to move. Junior from Sioux Falls. Well, let's see if they come back and maybe throw one to the tight end. See if can make up for that. First down and 14. Handoff, Dickerson to the sideline, and Dickerson up the sideline, gets back the yards they were penalized for, out to the 19-yard line. It's gain of about 15 yards on the play. Sets up second down and 1. Well, they give him a first down.
The first down. He was real close to the stick. I thought he was a little short too, Mike, but got the advantage of a good spot that time.
So out to the 19-yard line, first down and 10 for the defenders. Cade McDaniel trying to engineer a drive here. Love to see the defenders just grind one out here. Pitches over to Dickerson. Dickerson to the 25, stiff arm to the 30, and forced out of bounds at the 33-yard line. So a 14-yard pickup on the play for Dickerson. And it'll be first down. First down and 10 for the defenders. Dort now with over 200 yards of rushing offense as well. Over 500 total yards of offense. And for Daniel Dickerson, 47 yards on the ground and a touchdown.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job mixing it up here. And, challenged this group. New guys out on the field, challenged them after that last series, and doing a much better job of picking up some positive yards.
McDaniel with time to throw. Pass incomplete, intended for Queering. That'll drop to the ground, incomplete. And it'll be second down and 10, and plenty of time that time for Cade McDaniel to survey, and actually had a man open, just didn't connect with him.
Yeah, and I thought Queering got held kind of late in that route, and it kind of held him up just enough where he couldn't quite get to the ball, because I think the ball was placed in a pretty decent spot, but just couldn't get there.
Second down and 10. Football at the 33-yard line. And McDaniel's going to keep it himself. Takes on a tackler. Picks up 2 on the play. It's going to be third down and 8. Third and 8. So here we are, week number 4, or game number 4 for the defenders. We've had our share of injuries. Hopefully that is over, but it's a physical sport, obviously, and you've got to deal with that. But down an offensive lineman today, Ethan Hansen. Don't know the extent of that injury, but he left and did not return. Third down and 8. Cade McDaniel is going to roll right. McDaniel, pass incomplete, intended for Queering, would have been enough for a first down, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Looking forward to Friday evening, Kyle. You coach any Friday night games when you were in the game?
No, I have to go back a really long ways. Coached some high school football down at the old Galva Holstein for a while, but then moved on. But yeah, Friday night lights. right? Night game, Friday night, a little bit different feel for that. It's going to be a short practice week. So
how much does that affect, the practice week part of it?
Well, you're in such a routine, right? You got your Monday walkthrough, scouting reports. You know, you just have that flow in the week, and it's going to be an adjustment. And honestly, that may factor in a little bit into how early we're putting some subs into the ball game. Games in hand, quite often you see us with starters on the field getting into the 40s or 50s for points. But, you want to keep those legs a little bit more fresh after this ball game so you can recover quicker and be ready for a Friday night game.
Blade Coons, a 44-yard punt. John DeRizzo on the return of 12 yards, a net of 32. First down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 33-yard line. Silva turns, hands. Running back stumbles out of the gate, and he's dropped for little or no gain on the play. It's going to be second down and long. Michael Vanderwoude in on the tackle. Sophomore from Merced, California. It'll be second down and 8. Concordia needs the 43-yard line for a first down. They're at the 35. 8.5 minutes left to go in the game. Dort leading 38-0. Silva back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, throws to the sideline. Pass is complete, and that's a first down for the Tigers. Carson Reimers. Reimers near the midfield stripe, actually short of the midfield stripe, the 44-yard line. So first down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 44.
Yeah, you're seeing both offensive units pretty much taking their time, huddling up. Not a lot of urgency to either offense. Just they want to do some things. You know, for Doane, they just want to have some success offensively, so they're being a little bit more deliberate in the play call and getting guys lined up correctly and trying to get positive plays.
Good penetration up front. Doane's Rian Green. Loss of a couple on the play. It's going to be second down and long. Second down and long. Past the midpoint of the third quarter. Silva has Green in the backfield with him. Back to pass is Silva. Silva to the far side. Pass is complete to the tight end, Nate Fox. Picks up maybe 6 yards on the play. It's going to be third down and 5. Bulldogs are at their, the Tigers are at their own 49-yard line. And the defenders trying to get the football back, stall the drive. Tigers need to get to the Dort 46 for a first down. So Silva has Green in the backfield with him. 2 receivers, 3 receivers stacked to the near side. Out of the backfield is Green. Dort brings a blitz, and the defenders snow him under. And the Dort defenders, Joe Johnson and who's that? Was that Keck Marinsky on the
I believe
on the sack as well? So the defenders dial up some pressure and will force Doane to punt from their own 41-yard line. So a loss of 8 on the play. And Meyer punting once again. This one up into the jet stream. Velverty will let it bounce. And the Tigers will down it at about the 14-yard line. And I watched that time. Velverty was watching to see if the player actually took possession of it.
Right.
Because if they don't, that's basically a free play for him, right?
Yep. Yeah, he can grab the ball and try to get it positive yards with little risk, right? I mean, even if he fumbles it or drops it, the first touching was by Doane, so you know at the very least you have the ball back at that spot. But but credit the Doane player. He didn't just bat it or slap at it. He actually caught the ball in the air just to secure it.
5:52 left to go in the game. Dort with a football. McCoy in at running back. Dort running the option, and the pitch is off of Keenan Valverde's shoulder pad and out of bounds. And that'll be, do they rule it a forward pass?
I think, maybe we just happened to
Was
be
it right at the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, ball might have been batted.
Second down and 10. Ty Clemens in at wide receiver for the defenders as well. He's lining up in the slot. Clock stops on the play. Handoff. No, keeping it is McDaniel, and McDaniel up to the 20-yard line. Maybe picks up a yard on the play. It's going to be third down. Third down and 9. Dort with the football at their own 20. Dort leading 38-0. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the contest. So third down and 9. Dort taking their time.
Yeah, play clock's
5 seconds.
Going to have to hurry the snap a little bit.
Not going to get in there. They go. Back to pass is McDaniel. Cade. It's going to roll right. McDaniel looking back against the grain. He's going to throw to the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. Queering catches it, but out of bounds on the Dort sideline. And it'll be fourth down, and the defenders will be forced to punt with 4:36 remaining in the game. So all that remains at this point really is, are the defenders able to keep the shutout intact? Taking a look over in Orange City, that one's still 17-7. They're approaching the end of the third quarter. Dakota Wesleyan and Hastings not quite final, 31-10. Midland and Waldorf are final. Line drive kick taken at the 34-yard line. Running it back to the 40. And Dorizzo on the return out to the 45. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 45-yard line. Doane has won the field position battle here in the second half. The Dort defense has limited them. And the Dort defense in position here. Feel like one more stop maybe and you wrap up the shutout. First down and 10 at their own 45-yard line. The defenders, much of this fourth quarter played with a lot of different faces on the defensive side of the football, offense as well for that matter. Silva turns hands and staying at home, making the play.
A solid tackle there.
Yeah, and that was Elijah Dougherty, sophomore from Lamar's, making the tackle. Lining up at linebacker. It'll be second down and 10. Tigers are in no rush here either. In all honesty, it's been more or less a ho-hum game here in the second half. Dort got a score. Turn, hand. And not much there for the running back for the Doane Tigers. And that is number 33. Chandler Page. And Dougherty again on the tackle. It's going to be third down and long for the Tigers. While the Doane Tigers are going to fall to 1-5 overall. They've got 6 games under their belt already. They could have had 2 wins this year. They got stopped at the goal line against Briar Cliff. Briar Cliff won that one 15-10.
Yeah, and they got to be looking ahead here, remainder of this season with some very winnable football games on their schedule as they've kind of gone through the gauntlet so far.
Silva's going to scramble and close to the first down, keeps the drive alive, and they'll move the chains as he scrambles to the 45-yard line. Did a nice job that time of eluding the pressure, stepped up in the pocket, and was able to outrun the defensive lineman. And finally brought down by Dougherty at the first down marker. First and 10 at the 45-yard line. Doane thus far this year, their win was over Waldorf 26-7. You almost got to throw that one out with Morningside. That skews things so badly, 70-0. First down and 10. Doane with the football at the Dort 45. Pass to the sideline, incomplete. That one intended for Ian Riles. And that'll be second down and 10. Second and 10 at the 45-yard line. We approach the 2-minute warning, the 2-minute timeout. Soccer, Dort still leads Doane 2-0 in women's play. Got about 30 minutes left in that one. JV volleyball should be underway in the DeWitt gym. If not, it should be shortly. Here's the handoff, and not much there. Good penetration that time. And making the penetration, that's Wieringa. And it's going to be third down. And we've got the timeout on the field, 2-minute timeout on the field. Dort leading 38-0. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with more from Open Space Park in 1 minute.
In our program, we talk a lot about this idea of teaching Christianly. How does my faith impact every decision I make in my teaching practice? The more opportunities we have to work with students to kind of foster that kind of a little bit bigger picture of how faith and learning are already integral. It's already there. So how do we uncover that? How do we help students start to see more and more, like, this is how things are. I'm a person of faith. My faith is a critical component to who I am. Then it's going to have to play out in my teaching practice in some way.
This program is not just for teachers who want to teach in a special education classroom. This program is for general education teachers that want to better serve the special needs students that might be in their classroom. Every classroom has students that have special learning challenges, and this program will equip you with the tools to think about how to address those challenges better and support those students in your classroom.
And the Tigers are going to punt.
Yeah, I don't.
Unless you're just sending Kellen Meyer out there and.
And you're not going to pad his stats because you're punting from the Dort 46, so you're not going to let him just unleash one. But
Keenan Valverde. And he's going to run for it, try to run for it at least, and he might get it, and he does. So I guess that's why you do it.
I guess.
Catch the defense snoozing, and Meyer runs for the first down. And the Dort defense, still some work to do with 1:50 left to go in the game. Dort leading 38-0. Doane trying to avert the shutout. Stepped out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Midland defeated Waldorf earlier today, 28-14. Dakota Wesleyan a 31-10 lead on Hastings. A little bit of a surprise there. And Briarcliff and Mount Marty will play tonight. Handoff and stuck pretty good. Tackled by the defenders. Thought it was number 2, but that's number 42 rather, Trevor Wieringa. Wieringa on the tackle. It's going to be second down and 8. Well, in soccer play with about 25 minutes remaining, there's your live look in on the Dort Media Network. Dort leading Doane 2-0. Thanks for that drop in back at the truck. Got some pretty creative guys, women and men, working in the Dort Media Network.
Student-led, right? We want to make sure people understand that. Doing a great job.
Second down and 8. Pass is complete to the 15-yard line, and the Tigers now first down and 10 at the 15, and the defenders are going to have to work here if they want to keep the shutout on the board. 1 minute remaining, 1:01 remaining officially. Tigers have it, first down and 10. Silva. And Silva flares it to the sideline, and tackle made inbounds at the 11-yard line. So a short gain on the play, pickup of 4. It's going to be second down and 6. Second and 6. So 2nd and 6, 38 seconds remaining. Silva pass broken up that time by Wieringa. And it's going to be 3rd down. Called Trevor Wieringa's name a couple of times. The sophomore from Sioux Center knocks it away. It's going to be 3rd down now. And with the number of junior varsity games limited for the Dort football team, this is the opportunity for some of these players to actually have some game film to go back and look at. 3rd down and 6, 34 seconds remaining. Silva has one man in the backfield with him. That is Chandler Page. Back to pass is Silva. Silva, quick hitter over the middle. Pass falls incomplete. Not bad defense that time by Thomas Walden. And it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, Doane looking to get some points on the board, bringing on their field goal unit.
So Thomas Walder breaks it up. So it's going to be Meyer. Meyer with a 28-yard field goal attempt here, and Dort's going to call a timeout to talk things over with the defense. They want to try to keep that shutout on the board.
They want to keep that.
Not going to concede the field goal, so a timeout on the field. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
This program is not just for teachers who want to teach in a special education classroom. This program is for general education teachers that want to better serve the special needs students that might be in their classroom. Every classroom has students that have special learning challenges, and this program will equip you with the tools to think about how to address those challenges better and support those students in your classroom.
Kick is up. Kick is good by Keelan Meyer.
Even the crowd wanted the shutout, Mike.
Meyer with the field goal as we return. Takes the shutout off of the board. Meyer has had a busy day. He gets that field goal. He has punted 10 times today for an average of 49.6. 5 of them have gone over 50 yards. 6 of them have been inside the 20. He might need to take the week off this week.
He's going to need some ice on the bus ride home to Crete to ice that leg. Plus, some rushing yards. Picks up a first down with some rushing yards.
Makes a field goal. So I don't know what the rest of the league had, but he might be in contention for Special Teams Player of the Week. Those are some pretty good numbers by the punter from Doane. Dort leading 38-3, 26 seconds remaining in the contest, and it's all academic at this point. And there was a collective groan from the Dort crowd when that one split the uprights. They wanted to see the shutout as well, but not today. 38-3, Dort leading Doane. Update in Orange City. Northwestern has scored. Get into the end zone with a big play. a 60-plus yard completion. And they trim the lead down in Orange City to 17-14. The Tigers will be kicking off. And the short kick. Defenders will field it. This is Dickerson at the 35-yard line, out to the 45-yard line on the short kick. And the defenders will have it. First down and 10 at the 45. And I would imagine it's just simply going to be get the offense out there, take a knee, and head out with a 38-3 win here this afternoon in Sioux Center.
Yeah, line up in the victory formation. Protect your quarterback as he takes the snap and gets that knee down.
Connor Knopf in protecting, directing traffic, telling Keenan Velverty get about 10 yards deep. Under center will be Cade McDaniel. And McDaniel gets the snap, takes a knee, and that's the ball game. Our final score, Dort 38, Doane 3. The defenders improved to 4-0. And for the time being, remain tied for first place in the loss column. Morningside is idle this week. They'll stay at 4-0, and all depends on what happens over in Orange City with Northwestern and Concordia now in the fourth quarter. So that's your final score. Dort 38, Doane 3. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a Wireless World postgame show. Wrap things up from Open Space Park in 2 minutes.
We appreciate the mission of Dort, but more importantly, the organization, the team of people at Dort live out that mission every day.
Dort University's Christian perspective is thoughtfully and authentically applied in all areas of life. Live your faith in every area of life at Dort University.
To Piper. Piper up the middle. Piper still on his feet. Touchdown defender. Cade Rohr to the goal line. Touchdown defenders.
Dort does a fantastic job of making your learning applicable to your context. If there's any resource that is limited as an educator, it's time. And so Dort very much values your time. Having realistic expectations for the amount of work you do, having high expectations for the quality of work that you do, but then just having it be immediately applicable to improving your work as an educator, kind of having that spill over towards improving outcomes for your students and just for your relationships with colleagues.
We are back at Open Space Park in Sioux Center, the Wireless World postgame show, as the Dort defenders secure a 38-3 win here this afternoon, I should say. Over the Doane Tigers, the Dort defenders improved to 4-0 overall, 4-0 in the conference. Tigers fall to 1-4 in the conference and 1-5 overall. Taking a quick look at the scoring recap for the defenders. Dort scored first, 4:42 left to go in the first quarter. Colson Cruz, a pass completion to Cade Rohr, capping a 13-play, 95-yard drive. Dort made it 14-0 then with an 11-play, 75-yard drive. Colson Cruz to Elliott Beal, capping it for 5 yards. And the defenders led 14-0. Stephen Leinen made it 17-0 with a 30-yard field goal. Daniel Dickerson, a 1-yard touchdown plunge to cap a 4-play, 41-yard drive near the end of the first half, making it 24-0. And then the defenders tacked on 2 more scores. Colson Cruz to Caden Harkin for 14 yards. And Colson Cruz with 2:04 left to go in the third. Caden Harkin, a 44-yard touchdown pass, and he caught it about at the 20, came back to it, made a circus catch. Spun back to the inside of the field and created a touchdown, capping an 8-play, 97-yard drive. Doane averts the shutout. Keelan Meyer, a 27-yard field goal, capping a 13-play, 44-yard drive, and the defenders win it 38-3. And Kyle Achterhoff, really, from my vantage point, the tone set early. Dort gets up 7-0. You don't allow Doane an opportunity to hang around, create some doubt. You take care of it. You get up 7-0. Defense plays really well. And a very workmanlike win for the defenders, and these are the kind of games that would really give you ulcers in previous years, but this team just seems to have a little more maturity to it. They're not looking past anyone, it doesn't seem.
No, they're not, and that's a great coaching staff doing their job of preparing their players. And what I enjoyed seeing today was those slight adjustments. You know, Doane played us pretty tough there in that first quarter, and after that, adjustments on the sideline, really got the run game going, had some opportunities in the pass game as well, and really solid second quarter especially to kind of put this thing out of reach early. But, yeah, just a good all-around game. Get the lead. Get your guys, some of your starters on the sideline for much of the ball game just to keep their legs fresh because, yeah, now we got a short week before we prepare for Mount Marty.
37 rushing attempts for the defenders today. 226 yards. That's over, my math isn't that good, but I believe that's about 6 yards per carry. And then in terms of receptions, Dort 19 of 34 through the air. Would have liked to have been just a little bit more efficient possibly, but still 19 of 34 passing, 323 yards. And a big day today for Caden Harkin, 10 receptions, 217 yards, and 2 scores.
Yeah, and, you know, you take early on in the game when Cruz was dealing a little bit with more, maybe adjusting to the wind a little bit. We had some passes that were just a little bit off early, but really turned it around and became much more efficient after some early incompletions.
Defensively, Dort limited Doane to 34 net yards of rushing on 29 carries. That comes out to a little over a yard per carry. And they were 10 of 26 passing for 75 yards. All in all, the defense, I know Doane got that field goal at the end of the first half, or pardon me, at the end of regulation. All in all, a pretty good defensive day for the defenders.
Yeah, really limited Doane. Both the running game and throwing the ball. Yeah, and you talked about those rushing numbers. You know, if you take the faked punt, basically a fake punt, Meyer took off on that one and picked up some good yardage on that. You take that play out, and those rushing numbers look even more one-sided.
I like this team. They have a little. Since the Morningside win last year, it was like they grew up. They matured a great deal. And they have been very, it's cliched, I get it, but they've been very focused on the task. They haven't gotten ahead of themselves, it doesn't seem. And 4 games into the year, there is a lot of football yet to be played.
Absolutely.
I get that. But they have been very focused through what could have been a squirrely month with days off and buys and all that junk.
Yeah, the start of the season was tough, right? I mean, you
practice for 30 days.
30 days, and you play a game, and then you have an off week. It would be really easy to lose focus, but I think you can attribute a lot of that to the off season. Coach Penner talked to me a lot about their spring ball was really efficient, really solid, really good. Really felt like Colson Cruz took a step as a quarterback, but and that affects everybody around him. You got an experienced offensive line. Defensively, just a lot of experience over there and a lot of really good football players. They're just a very focused football team, and they have all their goals out in front of them, and all very attainable. They know that, but they also understand you don't look past anybody. You take care of Doane today. You're going to have you got a road game, an odd week. You're playing on Friday night. That's going to be different. All those little things, it's going to take some focus to go to Yankton and play a good football. What we think might be a decent football game team over in Mount Marty. You take that seriously and you go take care of business.
To that point, and this is not disparaging against any team because I have watched enough football games over the last 17 years as this program has begun and to the point it is today. You don't overlook anybody. To that point, Hastings today hosting Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan has not won a game. They've had some close misses, but they have not won a game yet. And here on October 5, they win their first game of the year in what appears to be potentially a throwaway game at Hastings, long road trip, and they go on the road and get a win.
Right, yeah. And
I'm not saying Hastings overlooked them by any stretch. I'm just saying everybody is working really hard to try and be successful.
Right, and every team in the league is looking forward to playing their best game each week, right? And yeah, looks like Dakota Wesleyan went out to Hastings and played their best game, and yeah, really a dominant win for them in terms of the scoreboard. So, yeah, you just that's the GPAC, that's NEI, that's college football as a whole, right? You just have to come prepared every week, and the really disciplined teams, like what we've shown up to this point at least, yeah, those are the teams that you're going to probably see postseason.
For what it's worth, the thing that I have observed and what I have tried, it's taken me a while to come to terms with it. In the football season, more so than any other sport, what you did last Saturday has no bearing and means nothing today.
Absolutely, and a lot of it is just every team is different, so matchups are different, and teams develop, they improve, they make changes weekly. So, yeah, you need to refocus now. You know, our guys are going to enjoy this one for tonight. They'll enjoy some NFL football tomorrow and worship tomorrow and come back focused on Monday with Friday night in mind, because this doesn't mean a thing. What they did out here today doesn't mean anything. We have to focus on playing our best game Friday night in Yankton.
Few final notes in terms of the Wireless World postgame show. The defenders got a 100-yard rushing performance today from Nick Wellen on 14 carries, 105 yards. Colson Cruz, 10 carries, 61 yards. Daniel Dickerson, 7 carries, 47 yards. Along with Caden Harkins, 217 yards. You had Ethan Snyder, 2 catches, 48 yards. Elliott Beal, 2 for 12. Connor Knopf, 1 for 27. Defensively, Dort forced a turnover. That was an interception by Dan Jungling. Beyond that, Isaac Kakmarinsky and Jamin Sturr each had a sack. And breaking up passes, Chip Casey, Grant Hickson, Isaac Kakmarinsky, Thomas Walder, Trevor Waringa. I like Trevor Waringa. They're in what could have been mop-up time. Did some nice things. He ends up, Tyler Waringa ends up with 5 solo tackles. Ian McDonald, 5 solo tackles as well. And the defender defense, they came into the game limiting teams to under 200 yards of total offense, and they are right at 200 yards, I should say, and did the job this afternoon, and a pretty stout performance by them once again. I think that's going to do it. I got a little bit more work to do over at the DeWitt Gym. One final look through the scoreboard. The Dort women's soccer team leading Doane 3-0. Other finals in football: Midland over Waldorf 28-14, Dakota Wesleyan over Hastings 31-10. Concordia and Northwestern still playing. That one at last check. 5:40 left to go in the game. Concordia leads Northwestern 23-17. And it appears that Concordia has the football at the moment, leading by 6 points. So we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe by the time we're on the air with volleyball, we'll be able to tell you who won that one and update our conference standings up to this point. Kyle, once again, thank you. Probably talk to you in about 3 weeks.
Sounds great.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
For Kyle Achterhoff, Joel Penner during our pregame show, Blade Coons at halftime, and for the Dort Media Network crew, great job, guys, and we take it for granted so many times. Great job, women and men, back at the Dort Media Network in the truck. We are shorthanded this week, and we had some people really perform well in terms of our team, so thank you to them for that. And Nathan Brook, one of the hardest working media men in Northwest Iowa, back at the Sioux County Radio Studios. Thank you. I'll talk to you in about an hour from the DeWitt Gym. For all of those folks, I'm Mike Biker. Have a good afternoon.